doesn't have good taste, bro.
I've never heard of Marco's Pizza.
Yeah, it might be like an East Coast thing,
They
honestly.
don't got it down south.
I mean, he's the East Coast. He's Florida.
I mean, yeah, technically, but he's
it's
the
the
South.
South.
Yeah,
The
bro.
South is different.
We just survived the hurricane over here, bro. We good. We living. We chilling.
I'm surprised they haven't got pizza right now. Actually, like
I have no idea how they got this pizza. I honestly don't. I don't think
they're supposed to be eating rations.
right.
They're supposed to be taking out some MREs and heating them up in a little handmade stove.
And who told you this?
Okay, like I live in America. I'm the first world. I get pizza during a hurricane.
Right? Told you
I
what?
didn't go outside. I went outside maybe a couple times, but I didn't do nothing.
DoorDash with no tip.
If there's a hurricane outside, my first thing is not going outside.
There wasn't nothing
Bro,
to do out there.
I was
we
telling
didn't get
Joseph.
flooded or nothing.
I mean, I'm about to fuck around and start a storm chasing channel. Who's with me?
LOL.
Hell no.
That is the light skin side of you talking.
I know I'm looking extra light skin right now on this camera. God damn.
That is very true. Almost.
I'm about to
I'm not taking my ass fucking. Oh, somebody said go rate the podcast on Spotify. You are a goat for real.
Oh yeah, actually,
Yeah, you're doing his job for him.
Black
Good job.
Goku's the man.
You're a goat for real. Speaking of that, thank you for being on the podcast. Well, welcome, first of all, everybody to Watch So Mid. I know we missed like 2 weeks in a row, but I actually had an emergency a couple weeks ago to where I couldn't do a live stream. I just couldn't do it. But we're back. You know what I'm saying? We got good spoilers to talk about, but I don't want to talk about the spoilers like right off the bat. I think I'd rather just rate the chapter from the last couple or just rate how we feeling about this time skip so far. I think that should be a good way to start it off. I really want to see how people been feeling about these chapters because they kind of been up and down mostly up, a couple downs. This Asta arc has really slowed. I mean, this Asta training has came really fast but slowed really far down, and I just want to see how y'all feel about that. So, how are y'all feeling about that?
I definitely agree with what you're saying. It has felt like for the last 3 or 4 chapters, felt like we haven't made a ton of headway. You know what I mean? We haven't made a lot of progress, but they are introducing a lot of new stuff and hopefully some more lore and stuff to the whole new continent, new characters. So it makes sense, but I'm digging it. And I'm not even gonna lie. I'm glad we had a stream. I want one of y'all that might understand it better. Can one of y'all break down that new magic stuff, the Yoruku and stuff like that, whenever you get past these initial stages?
That's a fact, because I don't really understand it either, but okay. Yeah,
I kind of do, but I don't fully get it.
What do you mean?
What?
It's just their magic. It's like their mana and magic versus the traditional way that we've already seen it.
I don't know what you're talking about. Not gonna lie.
The new stuff that they introduced for the Land of the Sun, one's like Yoruku and Yojutsu or something like that.
Yeah, so instead of using mana and then producing magic, they have I don't know how to say it either.
Was that in the spoilers?
No, that was last chapter when they were talking about it.
I must have skimmed it because it was so mid.
Wow.
Damn.
Oh, you can feel it is mid?
This is what I said. This is what I tweeted. I was like,
about the fact check. Hold on.
He hasn't even said it
yet. I said the Wano arc needs to pick up the pace for Black Clover if we keep it a stack. Because honestly, they put themselves in a very weird position because they had a time skip.
He did say that.
Had some fire at the beginning, but Asta lost, so you had to have another training arc. So it's
I almost just fucked something so far. Okay, keep going, RT. I'm sorry.
You had to have another training arc. So you had a time skip, which was a training arc. Fire with Lucius. He lost. He has to have another training arc. Well, we have to sit through this entire boring training arc. So, yeah,
I mean, it's not boring. Now. We learned a lot of information.
That's
I don't want to call it boring.
Though a lot of times there are a time skip training arc that we don't see, and then when they get back, they still do training. I mean, that happens.
I don't know if I agree to that, but the only thing I'm thinking about is I have to compare it to the most recent popular training arc thing that happened, and that was Luffy. And a lot of the things that his training was revealed during a lot of what was going on. But Oda does it a lot differently. I'm not saying Tabata needs to do it like Oda, I'm just saying he did it in a very weird fashion, and because of that, because of how he started the arc, now it's slowed down to an extreme extent. I'm concerned it might be weeks until we get some like action or
I was gonna say, do
lore.
you think that like if they would mix in some like actual fights with some of these chapters, like training fights and stuff like that, it would be better? Because I can understand that. Like maybe we get to see some of the like kind of how we saw Ichika, Yami's sister, get to fight those dudes, but we didn't. It was really just a quick wash. Like if we would be able to see some of the like 7 Ryuzen do some fighting or displaying of their actual like skills and stuff while they're training Asta, I think it might be a little bit better. But it hasn't bothered me. But I can kind of agree that I wouldn't mind if there was a little bit more action thrown into there. But I mean, we came out with super hot with the Lucius fight.
But it all depends on what you mean by like quote unquote action, because I'm not begging for fights, right? But am begging for like just like something exciting to happen, because it's like nothing really exciting has happened, you know, even because lore drops can be exciting too. We've seen it happen. But we're not even getting that, honestly. But even training arcs can be exciting, but it's kind of not that either. It's like it's kind of its own thing, but it's kind of boring.
I love training arcs.
Me too.
I actually really like training arcs as well. My thing about what's going on now is I don't need fights per se, but like you said, we know Asta's getting better. We all know that. We don't need to do the whole dialogue. We don't have it. You don't have crying. I need to get stronger. We know you need to get over and over. Yeah, we know you need to just train already. Like get to it. You're taking too long.
Can he have a moment? I mean, but like he has to still do regular character stuff. That would be weird.
We know exactly what he's going to do. That would be
so weird.
Well, and I think
do it in a quicker way though.
It just started, RT. It just started.
And it's already boring. I'm already tired of it. That's the
I wouldn't call it boring.
It hasn't even come out. Y'all can be bored. You didn't even see the full chapter yet.
Yeah, I wouldn't say it's boring. I think that it would be dope, maybe, and it might appeal to RT more if like we would get to see some of these new characters' skills displayed in like a more extravagant way. You know what I mean? Like while they're breaking it down, kind of, so we can get a walkthrough of like the differences with their, you know, special abilities or magic or whatever, or yojutsu, whatever they call it, having them kind of display it as they're explaining it and through these, you know, next couple chapters. I mean, that would be a little bit more exciting, but I mean, overall, I don't have a problem with it. I just think that I can see what RT means, and I can see people that say it is a little slow at this moment.
Bro, what are you doing?
How you feel? You haven't said nothing.
I mean, I think it's going on just fine the way it is. It's like they're taking the necessary steps that a story has to like take to like properly flesh things out and move on to the next part.
Yeah,
I mean, it's a bunch of stuff you really can't skip. Like,
see, my thing is awkward. My thing is, one, you can do it in a quicker fashion and get to the point quicker. And two, another aspect about it is we've seen Asta do this so many times. We've seen Asta lose. He's sad. And then some guy comes, all right, time to train. He trained, got stronger. Okay. We've seen it like 2 or 3 times already in the series.
This happened one time.
We've seen it with the Nosh situation.
With Dante, the Dante and Nosh.
Okay.
That's one time.
Yeah, and it wasn't too long.
I mean, you can argue Denzel.
He wasn't really sad.
He wasn't sad. Yeah, he wasn't sad. But
we seen him sad when his arms got broken.
And that was
of course, Asta's gonna be sad. We all know this.
My
thing is, he can be sad.
This is one chapter we're talking about. This is one chapter.
No, we're talking about over like the last couple chapters.
And also, Quan, my one of my statements is my concern is if it keeps on being like this for a couple of weeks. That is my concern.
We're in a whole nother place. So like last chapter with them like getting to show us like the land of the sun is necessary because we're in a totally different place. If we just went to some back alley and just started training and got to see none of the land of the sun, everybody would be mad about that. No one would like
facts.
They have to show it off at least a little bit. Like, what's the point of having a whole new area, a whole new country to not even see it?
Yeah, that's facts.
You could do that, but just like get to the point already.
They took one chapter to do that, and now one chapter he's already partway through training already. So it's like it's moving really fast when you think about how trainings go.
I think what RT is more or less talking about is like how fast he brought it happen. Tabata started this whole training or this whole he started Black Clover. Black Clover came back really fast. It came back with heat. You know what I'm saying? And I guess he like Tabata like put me and RT and other people expectations up a little bit higher as far as the speed, as far as what he's doing. But then he like pumped the brakes completely, like slowed them all the way down. I'm not going as hard as RT is, but I do understand where RT is coming from. It is getting to the point. I don't feel like how I was feeling back in the day when I was saying in the Spade arc when they were saying the same thing over and over every chapter. I don't feel like that just yet. It hasn't got to that point just yet. But like if we see another chapter of also saying he need to get stronger, bro.
Yeah, and again, I need to reiterate because you're like I see you being Mr. Defensive, but my thing was, yeah, I'm talking about Quan and the chat.
Even see
Put a name on it, nigga.
My initial statement is my concern is the next couple of weeks. That is one of the main statements that I said. Right now, okay, it's still slow for me, but right now, okay. But if just like Josuke said, if it keeps on going like this, where it's just okay, training, I learned something new, another chapter, I learned another thing, like I'll get bored, especially since we're only focusing on Asta. I hope it's not that also. Like we have a bunch of other characters that are also doing something important
that we also haven't seen in a long time.
Exactly. So
all right. We'll see. Even been that long. I'm gonna just double down on what I said. It's already going pretty fast. Like it's going really quick when you really think about it, though. Like like in this one chapter, he's already partway through completed training. Like, is that not fast? Like to just get a whole first step.
Are we not entertained?
I'm just saying, like in one chapter to just like get to get reunited with what's his name? His devil or whatever. I forget his name for some reason.
Levy?
Yeah, him. Get introduced to what the actual training is, have his little moment, and then complete that first part all in one chapter. I mean, I feel like that's actually pretty quick.
But you got to remember, he said he's going to train with all 7 of like the whatever they're called.
I mean,
yeah, RT is kind of arguing speed at this point.
That is 100%.
And I've said concern the next couple of weeks, so I don't know why
has never fully shown in anybody's entire training. So that's going to be a montage, 100%.
Yeah, I'm not necessarily arguing speed. I'm more or less arguing interest in the actual what's actually going on screen.
Oh, that too. That's why I said get to the point, like get to something interesting.
I mean, but he always does though. I mean, we don't ever fully see anyone's training. It always gets like sped through. Always.
Who are you talking about? Me or RT?
I mean, whoever's talking about is not going to go fast.
Okay. Yeah, no, I think it'll definitely go pretty quick, and it typically does. Quan's right. We never really take a lot of time.
When has Black Clover been slow compared to a lot of series? Black Clover hits beats very fast. I agree. I mean, it's always been fast.
Yeah, it's definitely quick pace, and
but he started this one off stupid fast and then slowed down. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and I mean, I think that's fine. You know what I mean? Coming out, giving us, because if he would have came after I forget how many months it was, like 3-month break, and started straight into a slow training thing, we would have all been like, "Oh, what the fuck?" You know what I mean? So him coming out, giving us a little heat, but then also dropping like a lore bomb with the Land of the Rising Sun, you know, all the stuff with this new world and stuff. I think it's a good balance. And I mean, I think over the next, couple chapters, when we get these explanations and we meet some of the 7 Ryuzen, it'll pick up the pace as far as like action wise and getting like a display of different talents and skills and magic. So I think it'll be fine.
I really don't understand it personally. It's like, I mean, we're in the land of the sun, like actually getting to see stuff.
Yeah, I'm here for it.
But also, like my another thing with me is like, even though this is new, it's not new. We like he's done the groups with the leaders. That we got the Superior Guardians, we got the Black Clover captains. We meet the leaders of the group. He does the training. We've done a lot of that stuff before. I need to see something new, a concept that Tabata hasn't done before. If it's just training, where Asa's trained. He learns a new technique that he's going to use in the future fight. And okay, just don't make it too long. But if you introduce something that's completely unique, then I'm all for it.
What Asuka's
I think
doing
that's
right
valid.
now is completely it's different from anything we've seen in the series like so
Not-
far though.
Not necessarily.
What is like
I mean,
this?
It just has a different name, I guess, but whatever.
Not necessarily in a way like
Using
RT
ki to
got a
enhance
point.
yourself? How? What?
Well,
else
no,
is like
not
that?
necessarily. No, I'm not talking about the technique itself or the actual training, but we have seen this before. As of Asa get introduced to a new place, he gets taught the taught, and then he moves on, and then those people are acquired into the main plot of the arc. We saw with the Heart Kingdom, we saw with
the Sea Temple.
Notch, a little bit of the Sea Temple, yeah.
They introduced the leaders. They ended up actually falling.
He got a valid point on that one. I think Tabata do need to make this experience a little bit more unique since we are in a different land altogether. I would like it if it's more unique.
He's literally learning something that is not magic based when everything in this series has been magic based. I don't like how
just like the concept of the way he frames the foundation of the arcs, right? The foundation is still the same. All the way from like RT said, the water temple to
the research spirit guardians,
the Heart Kingdom,
Notch, the water temple.
You can also even argue with Mare Leona when they went to the volcano. It's the foundation is kind of always the same as far as the way it's structured and the way it goes. I would like to see a change up in that too. I mean, I'm not begging for it, but it's there, and I agree with RT in that. It can be unique. You can't change it up.
Yeah, and I mean, if Blood Clover keeps doing what they're doing, they're fine. They'll say even kill. They'll stay a 7 or a 6. But when you got One Piece doing what it's doing, it's hard not to compare. I'm just saying.
One Piece doing what it's doing.
Right.
Well, I know
no, y'all want to talk about y'all want to talk about the actual spoilers themselves because they was pretty good. I mean, this new character looked pretty dope.
I kind of skimmed it. Let me look.
Y'all see that they were saying that looks like
Tabata. Yeah,
that's
funny.
No, I didn't see people saying that at all.
There's a certain side-by-side picture they put up, and it looks a lot like him just without the glasses.
Tabata ran out of ideas. Said, "Fuck it."
He's like, okay, this guy looks like Yami.
Somebody
Next
said
guy?
One Piece is slow. One Piece is slow, but it's expected to be slow.
I'm talking about,
and we're not
right
necessarily
now.
arguing. Yeah, we're not necessarily arguing with the speed at this point. But
what are fun
spoilers? As far as the spoilers, man, it was cool to see the dude that they were talking about that looks like Tabata. He uses some kind of Quan, since you got a better grasp on it, the Yo Jutsu is just like the magic, and the Yo Yurikuru is just like the mana.
Yeah, just like
got you. Okay, so that's what I was getting mixed up. It wasn't fully sure about. But yeah, he uses like the magic Yo Jutsu, but we didn't see. Is it a water style?
It looks like some type of water fish.
It looks like water, and if it is water, I need it to be water because that just strengthens my debate of Noel healing.
It kind of reminds me of whatchamacallit of Owen.
Yeah, it looks like Owen for sure. And I could see Noel, like that's one of the things that she could get like an upgrade and be able to do. I know you talked about her being able to do that from the games and stuff, but I mean, she's already got mad speed, attack power, spirit dive, all that stuff. So having a healing spell or something like that would probably do her a lot of good. Trying to think of what else was in this chapter.
Oh, I see the Tabata lookalike. Hopefully they explain how he was able to just heal a demon.
Bro, that was bothering me a little bit, but they're not going to do anything.
Well,
I already know.
Hopefully they explained it.
I heard somebody talking about how the other healing stuff, like mimosas, didn't leave a scar, but this dude's stuff left a scar. Is that something that you guys noticed with any other characters throughout the story? That like
Mimosa magic does leave scars. Asta has that scar on his stomach from Mars that Mimosa healed. Mimosa does leave scars. I don't know if she leaves scars with her more advanced healing spells, but I know the one she used against on Asta. Okay. Hold on, Rex, I got you.
That might be right.
That scar is still there, but it might be with her more advanced healing powers. They don't leave scars.
Yeah, that's true. and I know Gauche, he was healed by Gray, so her stuff was really just like transmuting the skin. So there wouldn't be a scar for that regardless. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. I just heard somebody talking about it, so I was wondering.
The huge question is how the fuck did he heal a demon? Because that is bull.
Right.
I don't want to call it bullshit until we get an explanation. But
and especially an anti-magic demon.
Right, he should
especially
be a ball of anti-magic. Like
facts.
Right, like he should, anything he applies to Leave should just be fucking wiped away.
Well, I don't know. I think Leave still has a physical form. Not necessarily body, but I think he still has a physical form. So
I mean, I think
he should be able to turn his anti-magic off. If Asta can be healed with anti-magic in his body, Libe should be able to be healed.
But he only uses anti-magic when he releases the anti-magic from Lieb. Like if Asta didn't have Lieb with him and he didn't have his grimoire, he would just have no anti-magic, no nothing. He would just be a human. But Lieb has anti-magic literally coursing throughout his body at all times.
What are you saying Lieb for?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
That's so weird. But I do think Asta using his key, mixing his key with his anti-magic is going to be crazy. It looks like he's just straight up erasing things at this point, which is kind of fucking crazy. I mean, what Tabata's going with this, and it looks sick.
To be fair, I think we've had this discussion months ago, maybe last year or something. Mana is in everything, right? So how far will Tabata make it to where his anti-magic just destroys every living thing, no matter what it is?
It's like almost like spatial magic at that point.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. He's more like a Langris now, but
it should only apply to living things. I think. I don't think he can. I mean,
I guess that's right.
We'll see.
But the way that they displayed it between Ichika using it and then Asta using it, I thought it looked real sick. And like, I'm interested to see how he's going to apply that same process with like using his key, like exerting his key, along with like having the swords and different things like that, like how he's going to be able to use them. And also, will he be able to use like anti-magic spells mixed with his key to like, I don't know, expand his arsenal in a matter of sense.
I'm kind of wondering,
he's gonna be able to box.
How do you guys feel about him being able to do it so like easily? I guess.
Well, he's always been really good at picking it up. Remember, Yami said it was freaky that he picked up sensing ki after like a couple tries in the cave. He's like, "Whoa, it's freaky." You know what I mean? This is
like an advanced technique that only the Seven Ryuzen was supposed to be able to do.
It's definitely a stretch, but Asta's
second try.
So, hey, Quan, I guess we gotta change the argument. The idea of Asta not being a prodigy is false. He's a prodigy.
No. This is what you're saying. This isn't a prodigy thing. It's because his dad is this Ryudu guy.
Oh my god!
Yeah, you're right.
There we go.
Rex got it. He got it, bro. He's from a sacred bloodline. He was never a bum. He's from a sacred bloodline.
The Ryu dude is kind of interesting. I still got my side eye on him. He could still possibly be a villain.
This is definitely interesting.
I do think it's interesting that he doesn't have powers like Asta, just like Asta or Mana or whatever, like Asta, but he don't have no anti-magic like secondary either. So I'm still interested in that, but definitely still looking at him sideways because there's no way he just pops up and knows all this information and all this stuff. And the language barrier, Quan, it's completely fucked. I don't think the language barrier is big.
Oh yeah, he just cut that. He just like, I'm not gonna.
Yeah, people on Twitter's like, well, maybe Yami, the dude, he knows the language because he was spying or whatever the case might be. Nah.
I think Tabata just made it so that that's the language everywhere in this world. Because if he had different languages, then the different countries would have had different languages between them.
Well, he already specified Yami's country is a different language. We already established.
I think they do have different accents as far as the different countries.
That's what he was saying in the Q&A. Yeah.
Somebody was like, "Oh, you can even tell they have different language. The way he spells, you can look at the spelling and see that they're talking different and all this and that." I'm like, "No, bro. Asta is dead ass communicating with them 100%. Like with absolutely no issues. No issues, right? There's no way.
I bet Levy was communicating with them. He's having a nice chat, bro.
That'd be crazy, bro.
Bro, all right. So one of the things that popped into my head based off like Ryudo or Ryu, I'm just gonna call him Ryu, is how would y'all feel? And I'm still iffy about this at this point. How would y'all feel if they explain Ryu's ability to know everything that happened to Asta purely because of Ki?
I think that would make sense.
I think that'd be lazy,
but it all depends.
personally.
Feels like
Now-
super key.
I think that'd be pretty lazy, but
Now,
it is
let me
what it
throw
is.
in another
But-
idea for you. Now, what if his eyes like that because he's related to Morris?
What?
Okay.
Morris,
no,
has-
blind.
Morris
Morris
didn't have a
blind.
sight, but he got special powers. Maybe that's what happened with this guy. Bam.
Somebody
Oh, because
said
he's missing an eye. Okay.
Yeah. He didn't have something, and he got some weird power in return, like he did.
Somebody says, not to be fair, Asta has been learning to control his anti-magic within himself. Within him for years. He's not new to learning new techniques. It would be different if he just learns things without any experience. I mean, yeah, we agree with that. Asta's always been quick to learn, pick up on techniques and stuff like that. Nobody's arguing that. I don't think nobody's arguing that. We're forgetting Asta. We're forgetting. Wait, hold on. We're forgetting Asta has anti-magic in his right arm. That's a fact. I did forget about that for a minute. Libby can definitely control anti-magic flowing flow different than Asta. I think so. I think Libby has a actual physical form. Didn't Asta and Libby eat cookies that healed them? Yeah, that's true too. I forgot about that. That's facts. Debunk everything.
Did it heal them, or did it like just kind of?
I think it did heal them. I believe. I think it does.
I don't remember.
Asta has Asta was overpowered since day one.
Yeah, he's a prodigy, bro.
Could be. But all right. The spoilers, they're dope. I think I do love how Tabata's paying attention to detail as far as the backgrounds and stuff like that, the old aesthetic and all that stuff. I love the whole Japanese aesthetic on everything. I really do fuck with that.
The culture differences seem pretty on point. Pretty
dope.
dope.
Facts. I do like that a lot. So that's always a plus to me. Yami's sister is
She's
slowly
so
winning me,
Right.
slowly winning me over. I don't know what he's gonna do with her. I told y'all the way Charmy's been standing all year last year, the way she's been standing all year, Tabata was trying to represent something. Now he got this lady just being mean like this. I'm telling y'all, ever since the Tabata wife had that baby, he's been drawing Charming mad, and all these women mad at him for some reason.
Did they say like why she doesn't like Asta? Is it just because he's an outsider?
It's probably. I mean, she talked about his personality. It's probably because of his how he acts.
I'm telling you,
Tabata
Tabata said he saw himself in
hater.
Asta. Tabata said he saw himself in Asta, bro. And look what she's doing to Asta, bro. I'm telling you, Tabata wife mad at him.
Like,
He dropping hints. That's how his wife been treating him lately.
Oh,
He been pissing her off.
What's her name? Ichika?
He's a masochist. He loves
You
it.
know Tabata's wife name? That's a little
No,
weird.
I'm talking about the new character, Yami's sister.
I thought he knew her name for a second. So I was like, how do you know that?
Man,
That's a little weird, bro. Mhm. But I'll give the spoilers a solid 6, if I'm being honest with you.
Wow.
6?
One Piece spoilers
low.
are fucking crazy. Because One Piece
I
spoilers,
didn't even look at the One
That's
Piece.
strictly why.
Bro, One Piece is just fucking backpacking shonen right now. I don't care, bro. It's
I
just-
don't know with this Yamato too.
it's One Piece, and sometimes you can sprinkle in Kaiju number 8 when they decide to drop a chapter.
Facts.
So it's like the backpack is crazy right now.
Facts, bro. I need to buy these Kaiju number 8, volume number 1, 2, and 3, bro. I got one.
I didn't
2
read
and 3,
the
2 and 3
volume,
kind of
too.
just snuck up on me. I was like, when the fuck did these come out? But shit, gotta get them. Yeah. How can someone says? I guess we're still stuck on Black Clover. How can you be a prodigy if you had to grind harder than everyone else to get the same level as everyone else? That's a fact. Asta really is not a prodigy.
Well, he's better than everybody right now, so I don't know about that.
He had to learn.
And you
how to
can be a
pick up
prodigy and work hard. You know the prodigy and he works hard. What are we talking about?
That's kind of true.
To an extent, you don't have to work hard to do anything pretty much.
What? Yes,
But
he
he
does. But
He does. He definitely does.
He puts in the work. What do you mean?
That's a fact.
No, I'm not saying he doesn't. I'm just saying he really don't have to. It comes to him.
He's loved by Mana.
He does, but
it comes to him. Like, I'm not saying he doesn't work hard. He do work hard. I'm saying he doesn't have to. Is what I'm trying to say. He really
not
don't
to
have
well to be relatively ish close to Asta. He does.
Yes, to stay close to Asta story wise.
Yeah.
If he did not work hard, he probably wouldn't have even thought of a way to even fight against Xenon, to even be in the position to get a power up to beat him.
Facts.
Yeah,
he
but
probably wouldn't even be able to beat Langris.
Did stumble upon a lot of power too, though. He stumbled upon the spirit. He stumbled upon the second grimoire. I'm sure there's something else in there. So he definitely got some nice like coincidences in his favor.
I mean, Asa does too.
Well, yeah.
They both get coincidences.
Yeah. That's fair enough.
All right. I like it.
I do too. I'd probably give it a 7.5 though. On my end.
I better say One Piece last week, man. I better say One Piece spoilers. Just that chapter last week.
I didn't even know there's spoilers.
Just that chapter last week, bro.
Now, I was really trying to find a spoiler. Like, I could not find these.
Not One Piece spoilers.
That's what
not spoilers. I
was
just meant to say the chapter in general from last week. Happy early birthday, Black Goku. That's a fact. If it's
happy birthday, bro. Early B-Day.
That's a fact, bro.
Black
Goku is a GOAT in the chat, man. He's always been a GOAT in the chat.
Yeah, no, anyway, that's the guy.
October's about to be crazy. We got a lot of anime coming up, bro. A lot of anime coming up. I think which one comes out next week? I think next week we got either Bleach or Chainsaw Man comes out next week.
I probably won't start.
Man.
I actually don't know. I probably won't be starting Bleach until like 10 episodes in. That's when things start getting interesting.
Damn.
What are you talking about? This is interesting right off the go.
What'd you say?
Thousand Blood War is interesting right off the bat. I don't know what you mean.
I don't care about any of the characters in the beginning.
Who do you care about?
Bleach fan.
I don't care about that random guy that shows up at Ichigo's house. I don't care about him. I don't care about that one. Well, actually, when they go to Waco Mundo, it actually kind of gets interesting there.
You don't even know the name of the Stern Raider that they fight in Waco Mundo.
No, I don't. So.
That was it's the jail
Quan,
guy.
do you know his name?
Yeah, it's the jail guy. I just don't know his name.
You know his name, Quan?
Oh no, Chainsaw Man comes out in November. It looks
Kirk
like
Heinrich.
No, his name
Kirk Heinrich. What a random name.
That's bad, bro. He just thought, hey, it sounded exotic, so it should do.
Hey, I saw that.
Oh no,
there's some kind of like.
Mob Psycho comes out next week. That's what comes out.
Oh, Mob Psycho.
Spy X Family comes out next week. And My Hero Season 6 comes out next week.
Nice.
Wow.
I was gonna say, did anyone know anything about that Berserk remake or whatever that they have coming out in October? It's like
they never gets Berserk anime right. I'm not looking forward for it.
Well, that's what I was gonna say. Do anyone know if they're gonna be doing the 3G bullshit again, or do they have any idea of like what is any production news that they know might make it hopeful?
Something that we get hyped about for Berserk is like new merch or a new chapter.
It says the Golden Age Memorial Arc. So I didn't know if there was any other information people got about it. If it's going to be
I do know that the guy who did Castlevania really wants to do a Berserk.
No,
that would be so good.
No, it won't.
That would be so good.
He does want to do it. He does want to do it, but Castlevania is definitely overrated. He wants to do it. I saw that interview, but like, is that studio? Is he going to use the same studio? Like,
oh yeah, if he do the studio, then I might be fine with it.
Josuke, if you watch that interview, you might find me in the crowd.
Really?
What?
I was there.
See, Rax is like 50% cap, so I never know when to believe him. So it's like,
no, he was at Power Morphicon that year. He was there because he directed a Power Rangers video.
I watched that interview and he said he wanted the direct. I mean, he wanted to do a Berserk anime. So yeah, Mob Psycho, Golden Crumb. I can never say that fucking thing.
Kamui.
No, the Golden Crumpus or Golden Crumb, whatever.
Golden
Crummy. Kamui, that's how you say it. Golden Kamui, My Hero Season 6, and Spy X Family all comes out next week, and then the week after that you have Blue Lock, Bleach, Chainsaw Man, and to your whatever, I don't know, because that
Eternity.
nobody cares about.
Oh,
Eternity is
to
what?
your eternity.
Yeah, to
I
your
actually read that
eternity.
manga a little bit, although
I never even heard of this, but
it's
people are
good.
hyped about it.
It was cool.
But the only thing I'm hyped about is Bleach a little bit, not too much. Chainsaw Man is definitely hype. And I actually might catch up on My Hero. Oh, and Mob Psycho.
That was actually mad funny. You said the only thing I am hyped about is Bleach. Well, not that really. Only a little bit. So it's like you're not even
A
hyped
little.
about
Oxymoron.
Bleach. You're not even hyped about it.
Yeah, right.
A little bit, actually. A little bit. There's a little hype there because I do kind of want to see. It's a couple characters, Bankais I want to see. That's it. And I just too lazy to read it lately.
I really hope Kubo reveals certain characters, Bankais.
You're not
that
the
he
one
did not
animating it, though. Like, he's not animating.
No, but he must be
Well, he
part
couldn't
of like
think
the
so.
storytelling. Yeah, like you can't
He
make
couldn't-
new content without Kubo's approval.
I mean,
I
don't
think
know,
they
bro.
can.
They,
Isn't Blue Lock a soccer series?
Yeah.
yeah.
I heard
And
people like
always
it a
talk
lot.
about- people who always tell me to read that shit. I just can't read or watch sports anime. I've tried.
I might watch it actually.
Yeah, I've never
I
been
might-
to sports
I
anime.
might check it out. I don't know. It all depends.
Is it like Kuroko or Haikyuu? Like, is it more a Haikyuu anime or a Kuroko anime? I'm curious. If people know in the chat.
Oh yes, people do like the '90s Berserk anime. I forgot about that one for a
Yeah,
minute.
the '90s one is fire.
Yeah, the '90s did.
Well, and that's the
pretty
thing.
good.
All they gotta do is switch back to 2D animation, and I'm sure they can make a solid one.
Bro, October is about to be insane.
I'm about to say,
bro.
which
Oh no,
are-
to your eternity doesn't come out until like 3 weeks, not 2 weeks.
what two are you most excited for, Josuke, out of those upcoming ones?
Probably Chainsaw Man and Mob Psycho. Mob Psycho's kind of but Chainsaw Man definitely. I'm probably even do a reaction to that shit. I'll fuck with Chainsaw Man. Bleach, I'm a little excited about just to see some Bankais. And I might catch up on My Hero. I might skip that one season where they're singing though.
Yeah, you wouldn't miss much.
Yeah, I might skip that
Very
season.
true.
What about you guys? RT, what are you excited for out of those?
Pretty much only Bleach and Mob Psycho. That's
Okay.
about it.
Good choice.
Blue Lock
Vaughn?
maybe.
I'm mildly excited to see how they handle the like this season of My Hero though, because I remember when the manga was coming out, I was like, I can't wait to see how they animate this.
What portion is it going to be again? Where did we leave off last season?
It's going to be like the that big raid.
The Meta Liberation Raid thing?
Yeah. So it's a lot of stuff that's going to happen and all of that. There's a lot of different.
Oh, yeah. That's where they bust with the Nomus, too. Actually, that might be decent.
It's a lot of stuff going down.
Full show.
Yeah. I'm probably most excited for Mob Psycho. And it's either between My Hero or... Yeah, actually, Mob Psycho and Chainsaw Man are probably the two as well. I like To Your Eternity and My Hero, so...
I've never heard of To Your Eternity, man.
It's
It's
pretty
like
wild. The concept of it's pretty cool.
It's a very unique concept. I definitely
And
mess
it's
with
brutal. It's brutal. Like,
very
motherfuckers be
emotional.
dying.
Yeah. Although, like I said, I started reading the manga. It gets kind of like a little bit too weird for me, so I dropped it. But it definitely has a very unique promises. You say what?
Isn't there a guy in there who fucks an elk?
An elk?
I don't
Yeah,
know.
you said
I didn't read that part. So no,
I didn't see nothing about that either, Rex. Sorry.
I've seen the picture. I know it exists. That's what made me say,
man,
yeah, I'm
make sure-
probably not going to read it.
Make sure you leave a like on the stream. That'll be amazing. That'll really help. Make sure you go do all the ratings on Spotify and all that good stuff.
I wouldn't be
All right.
surprised. I guess.
Hey, did any of y'all do the segment stuff this week?
You talking to me?
What are you talking about?
Yeah, the two segments.
I actually did. Unlike
Okay.
RT, prepared. I don't
What are you
know. I
If
actually
Josuke, you have to write out what the segment is, Josuke, and then we can go from there.
RT, I'm trying to get us to a better place. So I prepare. I'm ready with my segment. RT, if you want to slap something together in the meantime. I'm ready.
I mean, I can just use what we had from last week, and then
I'm here providing you guys with fresh content, despite being a little under the weather. So we can proceed. I do have 8 topics right here for. Are they mid, not mid, or just right? You know the whole how mid is.
Well, your segment is later on. We'll go.
So now, well, since I am prepared, I can go a little bit later. It'll be all right.
Let me throw a topic suggestion in there. I need your opinion.
Oh man, that was hilarious.
A topic.
I respect it.
Let me see it. So
I wanna get the quantifiable opinion on versus Lancelot.
Oh my goodness!
I need to know, Quan.
I saw that debate on Twitter.
It's so weird now because I don't know how strong Lancelot is anymore.
Lancelot's like Meliodas. Lancelot's making Meliodas look weak right now.
See, I know. This is why
he's so OP. Like what the? I don't even, like the jump from everybody else and then Lancelot.
It's kind of wild.
Yeah, like he's kind of like
Lancelot could probably solo the Quan. Think about this. Lancelot can probably solo the commandments right now.
Right now, that's what it's looking like. So that's why I want to wait and see. Cause there has to be some kind of gimmick or some type of thing. There has to be something.
It has to be because I don't know what training I don't understand what he could have done to be this OP. Like I know
lore wise, Lancelot is like the best knight. Like he is supposed to be the strongest, but like.
And in the lore, he's gonna bang Arthur's wife. So whenever he finds Guinevere, at some point Lancelot's gonna come out. He's gonna beat him up and bang his girl.
Why you have to say it like that?
That's cold-blooded.
I saw the Noel versus Cell debate too.
Oh my gosh,
that was Noel versus Cell. How's anybody versus DBZ's claps to stop?
They was arguing that Cell can't swim, so.
Oh my
that's not even an argument. Like they took the weirdest way.
Oh my god.
Cell doesn't even have to breathe. Like he'll be fine.
Right. Does he even have lungs?
His DNA from Frieza. He so does not need to breathe.
Okay. Quan, I'm lying. You go first.
There we go. So I got 8 topics here for us. Some of them are a little personal. You probably guess which one those are. But there are some genuine ones that I do want you guys' opinion on. So first one, I don't know if you guys seen it or not yet. I'm pretty sure most of you have, but Anime House 6.
Oh, I see it.
I've seen any.
Haven't
What's
seen
Anime House?
Underrated, bro. Freaking RDC is cooking, and it's so interesting how well they kind of interpret the characters, and then also kind of make sure it's kind of interpreted in a way that's similar to their own culture.
Yeah,
it's really good. Although Lelouch, I don't know what they're trying to do with Lelouch. No way Lelouch does what he did in that. So we'll see.
Do y'all not watch RDC World, Josuke and Go?
No.
No, I really don't either. I know I seen something on I think Nero Mega Man's channel. He like reposted the video.
Is that the dude who be like, pause?
Yeah, that's RDC World.
Oh, okay.
And I've heard about it in passing, but I've never seen it, and I'm not really sure what the concept even is.
Like,
so probably go.
The Anime House is almost like, you know how they have like reality TV shows with a bunch of people in one house. They do that, except they do it with like anime characters. So it's like it's supposed to be funny though. So it's not like super dead.
So it's like real world with anime characters.
Yeah, but it's funny though.
I might check it out one day.
Yeah, I have to check it out.
It's funny. Super like if you watch like the first one or the second one or even this one, I guess you'll get exactly.
Pause. That shit is funny when he did that. I might watch it one day.
Yeah, I'm gonna peep it later.
All right.
Oh yeah.
So
and
I'll say
six of them.
I'll say just right for now.
I can't remember if I asked you guys this one last time or not. My memory's been kind of trash. Did I ask you guys about Chainsaw Man Part 2?
Yeah, you did.
Oh, you never asked. No, you didn't. You never asked.
I think I remember that.
I remember Josuke saying it's mid right now.
Yeah, I remember my answer.
Oh, okay, so I did answer that.
I don't remember. I think it's actually pretty good.
All right, then the one I had after that was Assassin's Creed.
Oh, overrated as fuck.
The franchise,
yeah,
as a whole,
yeah,
overrated.
Just right. It's not overrated. That's
overrated shit.
Oh, just right.
They had 3 good games, literally. That's it.
That's just not true. But all right.
Okay. Wait, are they fighting aliens yet in Assassin's Creed?
No.
So they haven't gotten there. Well, that's like they're fighting like.
I mean,
monsters.
technically, I guess, because they're like gods. So, I mean, that's
Saying aliens feels weird though.
Space.
it's kind of like I guess you can call them aliens. I don't know.
Assassin's Creed Andromeda.
All right, the next one I had was CGI in anime.
Oh, it's the worst.
Yeah, trash.
But why
Trash.
though? Like, why is it so bad? Like,
Because the movements aren't fluid.
Yeah, facts.
did you see the what's it? The
Like Attack on Titan has decent some CGI sometimes, but
in the
95% of it
really
is
all that
clunky.
bad.
Nah, I'm not here.
I
for
like
it.
how Dragon Ball deals with CGI and how they mix it in with their animation for like split seconds, or they have the animation or CGI covering over the certain animated parts. I like it like that better, a lot better than when it's 100% CGI, because even when they have 100% CGI and when they doing 100% animation and just certain items in the background of CGI, even that shit throws me off. So I think it is I think it's trash. I think it's trash.
So,
It is
so,
lazy.
so basically, CGI can never be good in anime ever.
Not as long as my elitist ass is around.
Not as long as Netflix does it.
Netflix is terrible at it. They're not doing a good job at it. But I think the way Dragon Ball is handling it and One Piece is handling it well too. You barely even notice that it's in One Piece. But they have CGI moments and you barely notice it, don't you?
I didn't even know that. I had no idea.
Mm-hmm. So there's ways to do it, but there's ways just absolutely not to do it. You can tell the difference between when a studio is being absolutely lazy and a studio is like actually incorporating it in the right ways. Like even Fire Force does it, I think does it right, and they have a lot of CGI.
Okay, let me see. The next one I had was Tarantino and his movies.
He has some bangers.
He does.
Who
have
is
some bangers.
Tarantino?
Quentin Tarantino. He did like Pulp Fiction. He did like Django Unchained, Kill Bill.
I definitely like Django Unchained. Kill Bill was pretty dope.
Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
Donnie Darko.
Donnie. Yeah, I think he's just right.
Did he do Inglourious Bastards too?
Yeah. What are our options? Overrated, underrated, just right?
Yeah, overrated, underrated, just right.
I think it's just right.
I think it's just right too. I think most people consider him one of the GOAT directors. So I think it's just right.
Django
Especially
Kill Bill is
one of the
dope
newer age GOAT directors for sure.
All right, how you fun about Godzilla?
The movie?
No, I was just talking about him in general. I guess you could say the movie.
I mean, I think he's a necessary evil if he's real.
Necessary.
Humanity needs to be slapped in their place every now and then.
I agree with that actually.
He said a necessary evil.
I was just kind of came out of left field. I wasn't expecting that.
Yeah, I would say just right personally because, like, you know, he's pretty cool. Sometimes he's a douchebag, and other times he helps humanity. So it's like,
I think he's massively overrated. I don't know why people like him so much.
I think I was.
It's not that I don't like him. It's just I don't understand why people like him so much. I
don't understand that either.
Yeah,
I mean,
you must have thought King Kong was gonna win. That's probably why.
I did think he was gonna win, but
yeah, there we go.
That's besides the point. That has nothing to do with it, though.
Is this Fade on the mic, Juan?
Oh yeah, Fade was hype on saying King Kong was gonna win. So yeah.
If I'm not mistaken, bro, I think Godzilla was literally like one of the first movies ever.
Really?
Something like that. It was made a really long time. Godzilla's like over 100 years old.
Godzilla? No, Godzilla's made in the 40s.
Okay, there you go.
That's 80 years old.
So close.
Yeah,
close,
relatively
bro.
Close.
Yeah. Oh, Kino said something perfect. But his impact, though. His his impact is crazy.
Godzilla got a lot of impact.
Godzilla's
mid though. He's
like the first monster movie ever. I think he's before King Kong.
Mid. I don't get it.
He is the proprietor of the MonsterVerse. What are we talking about?
So what monster you like?
Fucking hilarious.
I like the what is it? I forget his name. The giant turtle one.
Of course, you.
Oh,
would.
it's like
the giant turtle.
what is its name? I forget it. Damn it.
I don't know who the fuck he's talking about. This
The
about the one
giant
that
turtle monster. No, he's
like
mad
on
cool.
the one that's on Avatar's back, the one that Avatar
His
trained on
name
his
is
back. on?
Gamera.
Yeah, Gamera.
Quan, of course you like Gamera over Godzilla. This is the worst take I've heard you say it. Please not do this.
All right, Quan, what's the next one?
Like
Next-
legit, you should be audited for that comment.
I got rack started. Next one is the Saiyan Saga in Dragon Ball Z.
Oh,
The Saiyan Saga is just
Hey,
right, bro.
hey, you see that one?
Yeah, the Saiyan Saga is just right.
I think it's just right.
I agree.
That's
The
good.
impact it had on anime, the fucking memories people hold with it. I can't. You can't argue the pacing in it is absolutely terrible, but
You think so?
It's-
Well, yeah,
fuck
for
yeah, the
original,
pacing
original's pretty
is
bad.
terrible. Yeah, fucking A.
Mhm.
But other than that, I think the Sega Saga is just right, man. I
Yeah.
think it did what it did, and it left its mark in history, literally history.
Yeah, Saiyan Saga, and like it did so many things well. You know, Vegeta was, a great villain for that arc. A lot of people got a shine. Like literally, almost every character had a shine in that
They
arc.
did not
Besides
get shine.
Yamcha, he's the only one who didn't get
Chaozu
out.
did not get no shine.
What are you talking? He had a
Oh,
whole
I did.
emotional moment.
He
What are we
blew
talking
up.
about?
Blowing up
He
the
didn't
shine?
beat Nappa.
Huh?
He didn't even beat Nappa. He exploded and accomplished nothing.
Exactly.
I agree, but he still had like a moment.
That's not a moment.
That's
If
not
your
a-
moment-
moment is exploding
Yes,
and not
it
beating
is a
anybody,
moment.
that's bad.
Oh,
Yeah,
he had the
bad.
whole he had the whole Tien crying scene, bro. We all know that scene. That scene is embedded in your head.
I'm
I guess
surprised you
Yamcha
even know
does have a
who
moment.
Chaozu is despite not seeing Dragon Ball.
That's true. That's
He's in Dragon Ball
actually a
Z.
good
What are you
point.
talking about?
That's a good point. This
Like,
character
You
they're
don't
trying
even
to
know
hype up
Chaozu. You really don't know
Hold
Chaozu
up.
if you've never seen Dragon
Hey,
Ball.
Quan,
That's a fact.
think,
I don't
Quan,
need to know
this
Chaozu. I've seen him in DBZ.
think about this.
that was the only time he's really seen in DBZ is in that moment.
No,
That's a
he
fact.
had
First
only
time.
no. He
That's
trained a
the
little
internet.
bit in the Kenkai's universe too.
He gets zero fights. He fought
I
Golgo
agree,
on King
but
Kai's
it is what
planet.
it is. Yeah, it is what
But
it
it
is.
is what it
I
is.
agree.
The first time you ever meet Chaozu, he dies, and that's it, Faith. You
Okay, what are you
literally
trying to
meet him and he
argue? I
explodes.
don't know what you're
I
arguing.
feel like
right
that
now.
happens to a lot of
I didn't
DBZ
say-
characters.
How are you trying to argue the impact of a character that it's like the first time you see them?
I
that
just said he had a
Oh, wait, no,
moment. I
Rax,
didn't say he
Rax.
was impactful.
bad
What are you
moment.
talking
That's a
about?
mid moment.
I got the absolute perfect one. Okay,
Okay.
RT, is
What's up?
Chaozu bald?
Ooh.
Is Chatu bold? I mean, where's that hat? I don't. Unless he has a single strand of hair, I don't know. I don't remember.
If you watch Dragon Ball,
crazy.
you would know it. It's a whole.
Well, it is what it is.
Oh no, got all burnt off when he exploded.
It is what it is. I do not care.
Oh my god!
All right, Quan, what's the next one?
All right, the last one I got is, of course, I saved it for last. The new trailer for the Four Nights of Apocalypse.
Terrible.
Seven Deadly Sins, Grudge of Evil.
Terrible.
Four Nights of the Apocalypse coming to you on the PS2.
I literally said, and Quan knew it automatically, that it reminded me of that Dragon Ball, not trailer, but like when you start Dragon Ball Tenkaichi and the little scene where a bunch of the Saiyans were fighting, it literally reminded me of that.
You guys say that about every CGI clip that pops up that it looks like that, and that's just not true.
Honestly,
Yeah.
that scene with the Saiyans was more hyped than the trailer. Not gonna lie.
Oh my gosh!
Fine, I will. I'm willing to admit it looks better than the first time.
It does. It looks definitively better than.
I'm
the first.
confident it will be okay.
I was talking to Quan earlier. It reminds me of that one show from back on Nickelodeon, bro. What is it called, Quan?
He's
Cold
talking
something?
about Cold Lyoko. It really does not look like
Cold Lyoko, bro.
I'm
It
pretty sure that's
reminds me of that.
Cartoon Network.
It
Not-
was. It was on.
yeah.
It was like when they took down Toonami and had this other block showing shows. I forget.
That shit was terrible, bro. That trailer looks absolutely garbo. When I saw that shit, I screamed. I was like, ah! Oh my god, that's
It's
terrible.
not
I'm
that-
gonna have to check it out. That's hilarious.
Bro,
Well,
Saint Seiya on Netflix look better than that shit.
okay. You got
Quan,
it.
I'll be like, I think the story will be all right, and I think it will have some good fights. It just looks off. It just looks a little bit off.
It looks clunky. It doesn't.
I
Look
don't know how y'all can.
I have
anime, but in that same breath, say video game cutscene stuff looks cool. Like that doesn't make any sense.
Because it's relative. It's relative.
Yeah.
What do you mean? But if something looks cool in this type of like media or in this type of media,
it all
doesn't
depends.
matter what it should
It all
be.
depends because
Yes,
Final
it does.
Fantasy,
It's relative.
Final Fantasy movies look fire, and that's nothing but a big old video game cutscene.
Exactly. So it's the same.
I mean,
But
those
some-
are those are
some
better
of it-
than the trailer.
Sometimes they
Wow.
don't go together, bro. Sometimes they just do not go together. As far as
Yeah.
what you're trying to do, like say, like a video game studio knows how to make those video game cutscenes look fluid and nice and designy. Where the anime studios, they don't seem to look like they know what the fuck they're doing. It looks bad.
I mean, because no one ever complains about this like Kingdom Hearts cutscene is like trash. No one ever says that.
Of course not, because they buy the game to play the game. They don't. The cutscene is minor compared to the
If
gameplay.
the game has trash cutscenes,
People actually do complain about cutscenes, man.
I'm not saying they don't, but in terms of overall,
I'm talking about Quan.
consideration, most people are caring about the gameplay way more than.
No, if I buy a game and the gameplay is solid, but all of the like cutscenes are absolutely trash, they're like laggy or skipping frames or it's not synced up right or the sound's off, I'm going to complain.
Yeah, people complain about that all the time, though. You don't be the only one complaining about that.
Again, it's minor compared to the gameplay at the end of the day.
Even the people in the chat say that shit's straight doo-doo, bro.
Juan, are you one of those guys that gets excited for game graphics?
I'm not a big graphics guy, to be honest with you. I'll play just.
You were just complaining about cutscenes. That you're not a graphics guy.
Well, they have to make sense. That's like my whole.
I just thought about something. I think you need to change your thumb. I mean your picture.
I've been meaning to for like the longest time.
Well, honestly, you don't need to change the whole thing, just the bell.
Why?
He gets it.
I don't actually, but
It'll hit you. It'll hit you.
it's gonna be like 3 a.m. I'm like, oh, I get what you're trying to say.
It's
because of the Little Mermaid stuff. Okay, gotcha. Anyway,
I mean, close, but not because of the Little
I
Mermaid.
wish somebody might message me about that. I wish somebody might. I'm gonna have all of the time in the world for them. We could talk about that all night.
all night.
Bro.
That's a waste of time for me.
I don't. And like I said, I got time for them. If they message me on that one, I got some time.
Someone said Asta versus Denji. Asta will clap Denji. I don't know. Denji's pretty strong. All right, so Black Clover movie news is coming out pretty soon. Are you guys excited? How you guys feel about
Third
that?
year in a row, we're getting movie.
Nah, but apparently it's 100% coming. It was like at the bottom of the it's at the bottom of the issue, the magazine issue that they got Black Clover movie news. I was talking to Jay about this like 2 days ago, bro. I don't think nobody's gonna care about whatever's going on. I mean, people are probably gonna go see the movie just because it's a Black Clover movie, but as far as what's going on, nobody's gonna care because it's like you waited too long to release this movie. And like, I agree.
It depends on what the story's about. So I don't know yet.
I mean, I think it'll be pretty cool to see old Black Asta, but I don't think nobody's gonna give a damn about what's going on in the movie.
It's so old, so it's like
It's just old at this point.
I mean, for
All the
anime fans,
all the information we can get is just old.
I think it's fine for anime fans. People who don't read the manga will still be very interested.
Yeah,
because they don't know anything about Asta's transformation, really.
But the people who spend the money are the manga.
The manga fans.
So it's like.
Oh, I mean, we'll see.
I mean, anime fans spend money too. Don't get it wrong.
Yeah,
they always do Black Clover dirty, bro. So I'm just not getting my expectations high. They do Black Clover dirty.
Depends on the story. Depends on the animation. Once I
think
see
the
a trailer,
movie,
then yeah,
the Black Clover video game also got delayed. Have you guys heard about that?
Did it? Because it was supposed to be coming out by the end of this year. I'm actually really excited.
I believe it also got delayed. I heard about that. So yeah. Not really excited about that being a thing, but yeah, Black Clover movie news is pretty cool. And apparently this is the best year for anime, which is also pretty cool.
Best year for anime, period.
Apparently. That's what people have been saying. It's like a whole thing.
I feel like people are just saying that because like 2020 has derailed everything. So since since then, this is like the best year we've had in like a while.
In terms of content,
Yeah.
well, we started the year with Attack on Titan, and ended the year with Bleach, and Chainsaw Man. So I'd say they might be right.
Attack on Titan finally gonna finish his final season for 3 years.
Bro, it's
Yeah, I don't know.
part 4 of the.
They're just doing whatever
season.
they want. Honestly, I don't know what they
I
do
knew
with
that.
these final arcs.
This is just bullshit.
Hey man, they're making their money. They're making the bread. So
hey, they make that money. Make that money. That's pretty much it as far as anime news this week. I didn't really see nothing else. I know next week's gonna be pretty crazy. Let me see. Classroom of the Elite season 3 is already confirmed for 2023. So that's pretty cool. I'm gonna go catch up on season 2 pretty soon.
Did it
finally
already come out?
Yeah, Classroom of the Elite season 2 did. Season 2.
Yeah,
it is season 2. Season 2 definitely came out. I think it completed already too.
I gotta watch it eventually. Then.
Yep, definitely go check that out because I heard this new season's pretty good, so I can't wait for that as well.
Fire.
That's pretty much it. I didn't really see no other interesting news. Everything else was pretty mid.
Nakoji went crazy. Hey man, I can't wait. You got me hyped. This weekend.
So I actually caught up on.
Go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
Oh, someone said something that I just saw too on Twitter. Deadpool 3 got confirmed with Wolverine and Hugh Jackman is coming back. I am so hyped for that movie.
Pretty cool. The only thing that's like mid about it is that Disney's making it. So I'm just got my that.
Then they made Deadpool 2.
That stumps my expectations. No, they did not make Deadpool 2.
Did they not? I'm pretty sure they made Deadpool 2.
Disney did not make Deadpool 2. But yeah, that's the only gripe I have with that Disney's making that. Hopefully they that's why I'm just managing my expectations. But yeah, Deadpool 3 did get Josuke Blix Quan. When did I Blix Quan? I do speed Blix him though. He's pretty slow.
Well, at the very least, they indicated that they'll keep Deadpool rated R though, so that's fine. Hopefully he can still make his jokes and shit like that. Well, they said they will keep it rated R.
I mean, they said they're launching that Disney Plus adults thing, whatever.
Really? I didn't hear that. Interesting.
That is pretty interesting. So, trying to see what that going on. Chainsaw Man chapter was pretty interesting.
That was a crazy ending chapter. That was a crazy.
Like,
I was
where do you think he get the influence for this chapter from? Do you think that's an American influence thing?
I don't know. Well, does something come to mind?
I mean, no, nothing comes to mind at all. As an American, nothing came to mind. She just said, "Don't come to school tomorrow." You know.
Oh, that part. Oh yeah. I didn't. I mean, I wasn't.
Oh,
I don't
that
think
panel actually real?
No, I don't think that was an American thing, but I think she is gonna go crazy because, like, she's a psychopath.
She's crazy.
She's crazy. When she said, "Oh, I killed my neighbor," I thought she was joking, and then they kept on talking. I was like, "Oh shit!" Yo,
I thought that was like a fan edited panel.
Nah, she's a psychopath. She's about to kill all the people that bullied our main character. I don't remember what's her name.
Hey, bro, calm down with saying that in the chat. By the way, bro, use code words. What is wrong with you? Delete.
Yeah,
that shit.
I almost said it too.
Yo, use code words, bro.
I straight almost.
Bro, this is going to be very interesting because obviously Denji's there.
Yeah, I don't know what's going to happen. Pretty interested to see what's going on with that.
And I stand by this sequel being very, very interesting.
So, Quan, I actually caught up to House of Dragons.
Oh, did you? How are you liking it?
Yes. It's okay so far, bro. I got problems with it, but some of it's really hype. As far as like the problems I have with it, let's just start there, right? Very predictable, too predictable for me. I'm not used to being able to predict stuff from Game of Thrones. Second of all, a lot of people are making a lot of dumb mistakes. The Crabmaster. Why would you send half of your army out to go fight one guy? No Game of Thrones character will ever do that. A general. Oh, you know
I mean,
what?
to be
Season
fair,
7 did happen.
that guy,
Season 7 did happen. But
he's a crazy crap person. I mean,
but no, nobody would do. It's like no.
Sounds weird.
I'm not falling for it. But I like it so far. It's a lot of good stuff in it, but it's a lot of
do you have a
not so
character
good stuff
that you actually like in there, or not really?
a character that I actually like.
I'm back for the House of the Dragon talk. What's good?
Let me see. Is it a character, is it a character that I
He's in the
actually
bathroom.
like? I don't know. I don't know if it's a character. I don't really like Damien like that much. His brother is pretty much. I don't like him that much either.
I missed your main gripe. What was the problem? And who's your favorite character? My bad.
I'm looking for a favorite character. I'm trying to see who do I really attach myself to.
You
None of them so far. I'm gonna be honest with you. None of them.
You don't like Corliss?
See,
Which one's Corliss?
Corliss is the black dude with the white dreads. The one. He's the best.
I'm trying to see what he finna become. I'm trying to see what his moves is and stuff like that. He's making some good moves, but I gotta wait and see what he's doing.
He kind of complaining to me. I don't know.
Yeah, he real complaining. You know what I'm saying? And I predicted him going to Damien's side as well. So I think if I had to choose, I was really liking the chick they just killed off in this last episode. I was really liking her.
Oh yeah, she was bad.
Yeah, bro, but they killed her off. I was like, oh,
with her fine self.
Cool. That's cool.
So fine.
But I don't really got a favorite character because
what about a favorite dragon?
Oh man, Damien Dragon dope as hell. I'm not gonna hold you.
It's like evil though. Like
Caraxus is sick. Its name's the
Damien Dragon dope as fuck. I think if I had to choose a favorite character, I think it's probably the king.
Viserys?
Viserys, yeah, probably Viserys.
Wow. His actor's done an amazing job, but I don't know about. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, that's if I had to. I think I just like. I think he just made me laugh. I find myself laughing at him the most.
What about your least favorite?
Oh man, the Crab King, bro. He's fucking stupid. It was just dumb. It's the same reason. Like it's just dumb, bro. Like who? I don't even know if it's necessarily his own fault or the people, just the directors or the writers. But why the fuck would you send your whole army out there to go fight Damien alone and then get slaughtered off like that? I was just real dumb, bro. You had the advantage, and that's what I'm saying. Like I predicted stuff, and that scene alone just kind of makes me.
I hate Sir.
It kind of makes me be worried about.
Yeah. Kristen Cole's the worst.
Real quick, damn, Quan, you couldn't just wait. It kind of makes me worried about the future of the battles and stuff like that. Is this just going to be another season 7, episode 3 all over again? Because that's what that was, bro.
Yeah, he was never meant to be like a big all half of the.
And the battle and the battle of Blackwater wasn't either. So what are we talking about?
I mean, that battle was all right. I mean,
that battle was dope as shit. It was one of the best battles in the series.
It had build up though, and like the Crab Feeder was never supposed to be that.
The Crab Feeder look had build up. It had three episodes
versus like 3 seasons of build up.
No, versus 1 season.
No,
I mean, those 3 episodes weren't even like truly build up. It was a side plot for like the whole thing.
It doesn't matter what his decision to do what he did was stupid, and I didn't like it. And he's just terrible.
Yeah, it wasn't a great. It wasn't a great.
One of the worst. I think that was worse than what they did in Game of Thrones season 7, episode 3. I think that was worse. Ugh, it was just terrible. It made me throw up in my mouth.
I mean, he's a guy that has crabs for brains.
He's not crazy. Stop it. He survived against dragons. He survived against fighting them for 8. How long they said? 10 months?
Because he
10 months. Hey, ho. He was defending off a whole dragon for 10 months. He had the advantage. They couldn't fuck with him for 10 months. Out of nowhere, Damien shows up and let's send our whole army, make this dumb mistake. No, that's just dumb writing. That's not him being dumb. That's just them being dumb writers and don't know what to do with him.
That's why he's
they didn't know what to do with him in the battle. Stop it. He was fighting against a dragon. They still couldn't fuck with him. Damien had the advantage. He had Damien them got the ships, they got the men, all that. And the Crab Feeder still was fucking him up. You know why? Because he was smart. He knew what he was doing. And out of nowhere, his smartness, everything, he knew what he was doing for like 10 months or however long. For 10 months, all that goes out the window because Damien shows up by himself.
Well, no, it's because he put up the white flag.
It's bad.
Well, it's because he put up a white flag, and they were thinking they were going to be able to come take him. But they didn't. But
listen,
let me talk. You talk.
He pulls out the white flag. 3 people runs out to go get him, and then Damien starts killing him. You start sending arrows at him. which also is by the way bullshit because he just dodges hundreds of arrows. That's like
no, he got hit 3 times.
He did get hit
Let me talk, Joe Skate.
He got hit 3 times, bro. Did you hear what I said? Did you hear what? Hundreds of arrows. He got hit 3 times.
Yeah, but he hid and he got hit 3 times.
It's bad writing. They didn't know what to do with that battle. That's all that is. They didn't know what to do with it.
It's not great writing, but it's not nearly as bad as what you're saying it is.
No, it is.
Right.
He went out there with the white flag to try to surrender.
That's my expectations. It's good shit.
I agree. But like I said, it wasn't great writing, but it wasn't nearly as bad as you're making out to be.
It's terrible. That's terrible. No, that's terrible. It is, bro. The scene is terrible. It is. You can't do that. You can't do that, bro. Okay, 10 months straight, right? You got a smart general fighting against these guys. They hyping the crab leader up to make him be like something big because the way he was talking to him, I thought he was gonna be something big. And then just because Damien shows up, raised the white flag, he starts killing off your men. It's just dumb. You know what I'm saying? Especially when you
ready to let someone else talk.
It's dumb.
So you acted like they were hyping up the crab feeder when they absolutely were not. He was a side plot for 2 episodes, and then in 1 episode, he got a little bit more clout. But the people in the kingdom didn't even care. They blew him off the whole time. So obviously, he wasn't that big of a threat. He was only a threat to the people fighting immediately with him.
Exactly.
And Damon goes out there, pulls some trickery.
Crab feeder's
goes out. Crab feeder is ass. That's why they treated him like ass. You know what I mean? Like, let's be serious.
No. They couldn't beat him for 10 months. He embarrassed them.
Only in the stepstones. The actual he literally did not care.
He literally embarrassed them.
Yes, because the stepstones.
He made Damien call back for help. He embarrassed them.
He didn't call for help. You missed the whole point. You missed the whole point.
No, man.
Just because their writing was trash, don't downplay the crab.
Just because you don't want to listen to somebody explain it to you.
He was able to defend himself for 10 months against a dragon. They're supposed to.
Josuke,
they thought they was going to come up and destroy everything.
Don't try, Rax. He's not going to let you talk.
The crab feeder was only able to do that. It's like when we would fight people in the Middle East, where it's like, yeah, cool, we'll shoot missiles and stuff at them, but then they hide in caves. It's like
Vietnam, bro.
Like Dorne stood against Aegon the Conqueror for generations, only because they hid in Dorne in their castles. There was nothing they could do. If all you do is hide and don't fight back, then what are they going to do? You don't need them on the battlefield. You just wait it out. Cool. They have to go home at some point. You're already home.
That's literally not what was going on.
But that's exactly what was going on.
That's literally not what was going on.
That's exactly what happened.
They show you that they was attacking their ships. They wouldn't let their ships pass for free. They literally show you that. They show you that the crab feeders them was attacking the ships that they was trying to get over. They show you them attacking them each time they tried to abort the place. They show you that the army was dwindling and turning their pride against Damien because he didn't know what they was doing. They literally say Damien is getting hundreds of us killed because he don't know what he's doing. They had a whole dragon. They expected that dragon to pull up and kill shit, and it didn't because the crab feeder knew what he was doing. How do you say that they was just there doing that when they was literally destroying the ships? They showed them. They showed them actually attacking them. That's not true. The only problem
that they had was they would wait and hide it out.
They were hiding, bro.
They would wait
against the dragon. That's the smart thing to do.
It's called hit and run. Yeah, it's the smart thing for them to do. That's why they did it.
The episode opened
for 10 months, and they survived for 10 months.
When we got to the Stepstones, the scene where it showed Damon before he got the message from his brother was literally him yelling, "Come out and fight me!" and the crab feeder just watching from a cave, knowing he didn't know where he was and he wasn't going to find him unless he came out. It was literally they were doing nothing but playing sustain and doing and hiding, and they'd wait until they're tired and then come out and attack.
And that's the thing, Josuke. They would come out at nighttime when you couldn't see them easily and attack the ships that were in there. Then they'd run back in the caves and hide. Like Rax said, that is a proven thing that works against dragons.
Let me tell you this. Right now. Also, the crab feeder. What's the crab feeder's weapon? Is this man holding the Valerian weapon? Does he have anything special?
It doesn't matter.
This guy's got a hammer.
He's smart.
He was a good hider. He was a good hider.
He survived against the dragon. He survived against people who had.
He did not survive against the dragon. He ran away.
Not survive against the dragon.
His army survived against the dragon. They was fighting against an army who has way better technology than them, and they also was using sticks and bow and arrow, and they survived for 6 months, for 10 months. Damien and the king and the black guy thought they was gonna pull up and just with that dragon and just destroy shit. That did not happen. And as far as them only hiding and coming out and attacking, that's also not true. They show you as soon as they go back to the stepping stones, it's broad daylight. They're trying to move ships back over across the sea, and the crab people are not letting them. They're literally destroying their ships as they pass by.
And where's
that's why they were getting mad. Also, during the meeting, they show you that they're frustrated, that they can't beat them unless they come up with some trickery. They're killing their men. They say they're killing our men because Damien don't know what they're doing. The whole army is literally going to turn on Damien.
They're frustrated because they can't get him.
The only time that your army is going to create mutiny, the army was literally they had the army on the verge of creating mutiny against Damien. I'm not. The stepping stones was bullshit. The scene was bullshit. You can't do that.
Listen.
You showed that the Crab King wasn't no dummy. He's not a dummy.
We never said he's a dummy.
Him and his people survived for 10 months against a dragon.
He's not some tactical genius because he's hiding from a dragon. That doesn't make you a tactical genius.
He's doing what he's doing. That dragon he made it to where the dragon had no effect. And if you can do that, you can win a war. No. Y'all talk.
He's not.
You didn't. You talked. Yes, you did. Yes, you did.
I've been trying to explain for this whole time.
He's not even a fighter. He lost to an injured Damon.
That don't matter. None of that matters. That he's not a fighter himself. He held off dragon. He held off Damien, who had a way superior army than him, and also a dragon. They couldn't fuck with him for 10 months. They wasn't just hiding. They were actually fighting. They said they was killing their men. They said they was destroying their ships, and they couldn't do nothing about it for 10 months. Because they said this themselves. They had to pull a trick. They had to pull the trick. And all I'm saying is the trick was stupid because they only had Damien show up waving a right flag. Damien goes out there. Okay, he's waving a right flag. Everybody's cool and calm. The scene is not dumb so far. This is what goes on. They send 3 people out there. They watch Damien slaughter him. They start shooting at Damien with literally hundreds of arrows. He's running through these arrows like they're nothing.
He gets hit 3 times.
He gets hit 3 times. Then literally 50 to 60 men come out running at Damien by himself, and he's fighting them off as well for a while. And then the dragon shows up.
But listen,
First of all,
let me talk, bro.
No, I'm not gonna let you talk because I'm not done with what I'm saying. First of all, why if it's only one dude, why would you send like a quarter of your army out there to get one dude? That's not dumb. If you just watch this, that's not smart. If you just watch this dude slaughter at least 4 men, and you already got hundreds of arrows raining at him, even if they only hit him 3 times, there's only so far he can go. Just have the arrows keep raining at him. That's just if you're the general. And what I'm saying is, how do you have this dude being able to survive against this superior army and a dragon for 10 months, thinking logically and smart as far as how he uses his army? How do you have that? And then he just out of nowhere gets dumb and do the most dumbest thing to get his army destroyed. It's the same thing that happened in episode 3.
But he was watching.
The whole purpose.
He was watching. Yes, that was dumb.
And Damon found him.
Listen. The whole purpose of Damon holding up the sword and putting up the flag
we're talking about different
so
scenes.
That he could see where the crab feeder was at, because before he couldn't find him. In that scene, the crab feeder shows himself. That gives Damon the opportunity to know exactly where he's at. That was the whole purpose of it, because before he couldn't find him. Remember when he was like, "Where are you?" Da, 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 da. That's the purpose of the scene. That's the purpose of him waving white flag. That is the purpose of him drawing people out. And that's why, yeah, it is dumb that the crab feeder sent all those people. But once Damon knew where the crab feeder was at, it did not matter. He could have went in there with his dragon and burned the entire cave. He could have went in there by himself.
No, he couldn't. No, he couldn't. They showed him trying to burn the caves. The fire didn't go deep in the caves.
He didn't know where he was at.
No, he could not. That wasn't the point of them doing that. They was trying to get the army out. They was trying to get the army to come out into the open. That was the point of them doing that. And the whole thing is that you can see that from a mile away as the crab feeder. You can see that they're trying to lure your army out, and you just do it just because. It's not because you had a logical reason of doing it. You just did it. You had one dude out there running towards you, and you got 50 men in these caves, and you got hundreds of arrows raining at him. Why the hell do you send your men out there? Not only are you putting them in the line of the arrows, but for one dude, it's just not smart.
They're their leader, though.
That's the enemy leader, though.
Okay, cool. You have hundreds. You're ignoring the hundreds of arrows. Are you ignoring the hundreds of arrows? Are you ignoring the hundreds of arrows?
If you are ignoring the hundreds of arrows? Joski, if you are a military general, the lives of 100 random foot soldiers is easily worth taking down the enemy leader.
Okay,
so what happens when you
get
get
a
here? What happened to the Triarchy? What happened to the
100 missiles at one guy? If you're sending 100 missiles at one guy, you're going to send 50 more men to run after him into the missiles? No. Why would you do that? He's running. He's already got hundreds of arrows literally raining at him. They see that he's hit 3 times.
Of taking out a dragon rider.
You send 50 men out there, or over 50 men. It's just a dumb decision to make. And
my problem is,
and I know you guys agree. And I know you guys agree that it's dumb. I know that you agree it's dumb. The part we don't agree is dumb, where it's dumb at is that you showed him for 10 months not being that dumb person. You showed that. I don't even know if it's exactly 10 months. It might even been longer than 10 months.
But you act like he was like some tactical genius.
You showed him for 10 months being able to fight against these guys. You showed him for doing that. And then you just
he did tricks to get an up on him. He didn't like go out there and
rewatch.
Yes, they did, bro. Y'all need to rewatch.
In the opening combat, he never went out there and really boxed
because he knew he would lose, so he did other things to survive. And he survived for 10 months, and he could have kept going
by hiding.
So and he could have kept going. Y'all are
missing. You know what? He is a 10-month hiding champion.
So was it not? So was the scene not dumb?
We already agreed that it wasn't a smart decision, and it wasn't the best decision. But it wasn't a bad scene at all.
Yes, it was. It was a terrible scene.
Oh my gosh!
It was absolutely terrible.
All right, there's no.
You show a dude running through hundreds of arrows, getting hit only 3 times.
I mean, to be fair,
you show the lead general sending over 50 dudes out to run after one dude as hundreds of arrows are raining down. What? And my problem is
there was dude. He's their leader. Beating him means you win.
He's a Valyrian prince,
and there's no other dumb thing like this.
That's a good point. Actually, time out. I'm gonna say this right now, just from the Game of Thrones lore, risking everything just to get Dark Sister is pretty much one of the biggest W's the Triarchy could have ever had. That is one of the swords wielded.
Okay, so what? You're still not going through it with the point I'm saying. The scene was dumb because of what they showed already from the crab.
You can't treat it like they sent out some random guy and it's like they're like, yeah, let's risk it all for some random.
At that point, you did. This was the enemy. You did.
This was the enemy leader. This was the enemy leader they thought was surrendering.
And he was dead.
This was the enemy leader they thought was surrendering.
Literally anybody else is dead.
They were getting a surrender, and then before they got a surrender, he moved.
He had hundreds of arrows being rained down on him. Everybody's just
ignoring that. Sure.
Everybody's
you know what? Not everybody else has. That's
like you put in your head general in a gunfire in a gun line in the middle of a gun line and just watching him run. And everybody's just all of a sudden missing. What is going on?
This isn't a regular guy though. This is somebody with dragon blood, with magic blood in his body.
Okay. Who can die from an arrow? Can he not die from an arrow? Can he not die from an arrow? Can he not die from an arrow?
He kept running.
Can he not die from arrows?
How many arrows did he have him? And listen, you're saying this,
and that was also bullshit.
How many arrows did he have him?
And there's no other fight. There's no other war in Game of Thrones. There's no other battle in Game of Thrones that dumb.
Wow. Okay.
What other battle in Game of Thrones that we saw
is that dumb? What other battle do they make that type of dumb decision in Game of Thrones?
Oh Lord!
How many battles?
How about Jon Snow going out in the middle of the fucking field when he had
he should have died too. Facing him? He should have died too. What?
Well, then which one's dumber?
But that was dumb too. And
you just asked me which one is that dumb. I just gave you an answer.
That wasn't as dumb as what. That wasn't as dumb as what just happened.
Oh my Lord, no logic.
That wasn't dumb. That is logic.
Jackie makes a good point. He was wearing full armor, so I mean, like if there were arrows bouncing off his armor on top of that, and he was being smart. He was zigzagging, using cover.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
The excuses y'all make for this shit is crazy. It's hundreds of arrows raining down on him.
Hundreds. There's like 15 guys.
You sent 50. No, there wasn't. It was more. That doesn't matter. I'm not finna argue how many people. There's arrows raining down on him.
This isn't like
he just slaughtered 3 of your people.
So 3 arrows wasn't enough.
He's running towards you. He's running.
Here's the
guy
thing.
Is running towards you. So would you make
dodging
that? So,
arrows?
hold on. Would any of you do that? Since it was so smart of him to do, would any of you do that?
Nobody said it was smart. What are you talking
would
about?
any of you in that cave? Would you guys do
I mean,
that? Even as a soldier, why would you run out there?
Nobody said it was smart, Joseph.
It wasn't supposed
Now
to
you're
be
just making
smart.
shit up.
It wasn't even supposed to be smart. It was supposed to be a last ditch effort to try and win.
That's why he didn't lead with that.
No,
Yeah,
right.
It was literally Damon was put himself out there to
Damon's-
potentially die.
He
Damon
was mad that his brother was coming to help him, and so he went out there to try to pull some trickery to end it, and he did.
So you guys agree
got hit.
that this shit was stupid, but you guys think that it was done. It was supposed to be stupid on purpose.
No,
you guys think
he said that it wasn't a smart idea, but we don't think it's stupid.
It was a risky. Like, here's the thing.
I can't believe this.
It's not like he went out there with a. It's not like he went out there with a Trojan horse. He went out there with a white flag to surrender.
Okay, and then you
Like,
watch him kill. Then you watch him. Then you watch him kill 4 of your men. You literally watch
right afterward.
You watch him kill 4 of your men, and you watch arrows come down. Okay,
running.
this is one dude. This is one dude.
You know what?
And this is one dude.
Let me
you send 50 men out there to go.
Here's
get
the
him.
crap. How do you know the crab feeder? Here's the thing. How do you know the crab feeder didn't have your mindset where he's like, this guy's dumb. He's gonna get shot for sure. And then he's like, wow, he's not dying. I better leave.
I would have let him run towards me. If he's running towards me, I would have just let him run towards me. If he can get past those 50 arrows, obviously he's blessed by God. But when he get in this cave with 50 men, shit, we just gonna kill him in here. I'm not gonna go out there. Why would I do that? It's a dragon flying around. I'm not. If he's running towards me, come on, baby, come through. If you can get past all those arrows, cool.
Because
there's
you can get
past
all those
from dodging.
No, if it's me, if he's running towards me, right, and my guys are shooting arrows at him, cool. I'm not sending nobody at him. He's coming to me. Fuck it, let him come to me.
You got a lot of confidence.
He's
going
to get in. He's going to come in. He's going to come.
Especially when they shoot up and then they fall down. It's not even like,
bro. Regardless of whether, what I'm talking about, regardless of whether they shoot him,
they're just random savages.
Literally, regardless of whether they shoot him or not, if he can make it, if he can make it to me, if he can make it to me, if he can make it to me in this cave with 50 people, cool. Come on in here. Come on in here.
By your logic, listen.
Shoot the arrow.
Even if he would
send my men out there,
if all his men
thought
would have
they had
stayed in
him,
the cave, Rax, real quick. If all his men would have stayed in the cave, like you said, as long as Damon saw where the crab feeder was, the war was over.
Where you get that from?
Because they couldn't find him the whole time.
Damon literally clapped him one-on-one.
He just goes there with the army, with his dragon. It doesn't matter. As long as the crab feeder came out and he was like, he's in that cave over there. They know where he's at. This whole problem of not knowing where to find him. It's
the problem wasn't fighting the crab feeder.
The problem the whole time. The problem the whole time was that they couldn't get into the caves.
No, that was the problem.
Him. They said that they couldn't get to the
right when they found him. They clapped him.
Exactly.
Like he wasn't scary. Like it's
it was
literally
all about
like how
finding him,
bro. They couldn't get into the caves.
Josuke, this is literally a fictional version of what happened with our military in the Middle East. Like it was like, yeah, we outnumber them. We have way better technology, but they keep hiding in caves, and we keep shooting caves with missiles on mountains. Yes, that's what happened. That's one of the huge problems.
I don't care about that. I don't care about that. You're bringing all that in here. I don't care about that. The scene was we're talking about the scene, and you're talking about all that the rest of that shit.
You're talking about real world shit. You're trying to report it to real world shit as well.
No, I'm not.
You're trying to say it's not realistic.
The scene is stupid from a fictional standpoint, from anything.
Yeah, you know what?
Game of Thrones. No, Game of Thrones. Nobody in the books versions of Game of Thrones ever did anything that stupid. Nobody.
That's not true.
Even in the books, nobody ever did. Who did
have you ever read about Have you ever read about Baelor the Blessed?
In Game of Thrones, who did something that's stupid?
Have you ever read about Baelor?
Who did something that's stupid?
Nobody
did something that's stupid. And then
I just told you an example with Jon Snow.
You already showed him.
No. There are dumber people. Did you meet Tommen?
Then you show him. You show the crab feeder being able to survive against this army for over 10 months. I think it was over 10 months. I don't know the time limit. But for over 10 months, you already showed that this guy isn't dumb to just run out in the open. And then he did exactly what you showed him not to be able to be dumb enough to do.
He didn't
do the exact opposite.
He didn't run out. He didn't run out onto the battlefield.
I'm not talking about the crab feeder, literally. I'm talking about his army.
Yeah, he sent out
his
fodder
army
guys
out on the battlefield. He was already shown not to be that dumb to do that.
He sent out fodder guys to take out.
He was already shown not to be that dumb to do that. Is the problem.
Okay, so Josuke, so you're saying with Damon Damien
Yeah,
out there,
right.
he throws up his white flag. Okay, and then
And they send out 4 or 5 guys to go get him.
Okay,
and then he kills those guys.
And he kills him, right? Okay, so then
Arrows raining down at
we
him.
start
He's
shooting.
running
Okay,
towards you.
and then the arrows are not hitting him. You know, he gets hit by like
He's running towards you. Don't forget about that.
He's running towards you, and so then the crab feeder sees this, and he goes back in his cave. But
So
Damon
I'm watching the scene right now.
and then Damon
The
sees
crab
where
feeder-
he was, and he goes in there and kills him.
The crab feeder does
No.
not. The crab feeder
No,
doesn't bother coming out.
If you let him come in the cave, you have 50 guys in there. They showed you that.
They were getting stopped by the reinforcements that came with Damon. Like they couldn't stop.
No. I'm talking about as he's running towards the cave. There's nobody there. It's just Damien.
But they
It's
arrive
just
before he
Damien.
gets in the cave.
It's
He
just
sent-
Damien.
He
They
sends
arrive
out
before he
all,
gets in the cave.
but he sends out like you got these are fodder soldiers he does not care about, and this is the chance to take down the enemy leader. To where if you beat this guy or capture him, you win. And on top of that, if you
You
capture
send out
this
your
guy,
you send out your whole army, bro.
yes,
To win.
You send out
Josuke.
your whole
Win.
army. That's
Josuke.
that's not logic. That's not
Yes,
logic.
it
And
is.
You already
If-
showed him to be logic.
Josuke,
You already
if
showed
you
him
cap-
to be that
if
logical.
you
not to
capture
do
this
that.
guy, no, if you
already
capture this
showed
guy,
him not to be
Josuke,
that
To
to do
win,
that.
you
if
automatically
you
win.
capture if you capture this guy, you have a hostage for the most powerful
You already have been
kingdom
shown
in
not to be
the
that
world.
dumb to do that. You
This was
know
an
it's a
opportunity
trap.
for them to
That's the
win.
point. You know it's a trap. That's the
This
thing.
is an opportunity for him to win. Like
It's
if they got
obviously- it's
Damon,
obvious that
they
it's
can
a trap.
strong arm. They can strong arm the entire empire if
So
they
it's-
caught Damon.
you don't fall.
and
You
win
don't
the
just
war.
fall into the trap, especially if he's running to you. If he's coming to
He
you,
wasn't. He was.
Yes,
he
he
was
was.
hidden under. He was hidden under a boat, like trying not to get shot, surrounded.
At that
there
point,
was
just let
no
him keep being shot.
They were going to capture him. If they catch him, they have the prince of the Targaryen Empire as a hostage, the brother of the king. They have a hostage to the most powerful nation on the planet. If they caught him, that was in the mind of the crab feeder. Send out people you don't know their names, you don't give a fuck about. You catch this guy, you won the war. You have a hostage to get whatever you want.
And a Valyrian
Anything.
steel sword.
And on top of that, he left. He walked away the second the dragons showed up. Once he saw the dragons, he turned around and walked away. Daemon saw him leaving.
at that point he realized he was in. He fell for the trap.
Yeah. He said, "This is a trap." I'm gone.
Exactly. At that point, he fell for the trap. But it was obviously that was a trap the whole time. The moment he started killing the soldiers,
But the whole time Damon's
That-
running
it's
around,
just
he's
dumb.
looking.
It's just dumb.
He's
And
looking
you've
around.
already the moment he started killing the soldiers. Okay, boom. This is a trap. You've already been shown not to fall for this bullshit. You've already been shown to back your soldiers up in the cave the moment you see the trap. You've already been shown that. We've already been shown that this is what he does. So why would he do the exact opposite?
I'm gonna need you to let me
There
back.
weren't anybody around that was a threat to him. There was not a single person around that was a threat to him.
Oh, God,
there weren't
bro.
dragons. There was no reason for him. If you
Oh,
think
God.
something's a trap, but there's nothing there, and you see one guy,
Oh,
why
God.
would you
So
leave? You
I'm
see
smarter than-
dragon
I'm
trap.
smarter
I'm
than-
walking on.
Bro, the writers just didn't know what to do with that scene.
Oh my god.
That's all that
man.
was. They didn't know what to do.
Like
with
you
that
have
scene.
you have Damon literally running around looking to try and find this guy, trying to just not get shot, and then finally
writers
sees
didn't
him,
know what to
and,
do with
and
the
you
scene,
just be
bro.
like, man, I can't believe that he found this guy and the guy died. The crab feeder, the crab feeder didn't go out announce himself. He didn't go and make himself like obvious. They did nothing to give away his location. Damon just was trying to find him, was trying to use as much time as possible to find him, and then finally found him, and then went after him. Like the crab feeder didn't do anything other than and pretty much watch for a minute, and then right when he saw it, like, yep, stuff's coming. I'm gone. I'm walking away. Like, come on. Like the
I
crab
think you
feeder
guys
didn't
need
do
to
anything
agree to
ridiculous.
disagree. You guys are not gonna agree.
None of that matters. No, nothing you just said matters about the scene.
Oh my god.
None of that matters.
Ridiculous. This is like the crab feeder is literally like an
None of that
uneducated
matters.
dude who lives in the sand in caves.
Now you
Like,
just
he's
now
not
you just
some
lying.
prestigious dude.
Now you just lying.
He is. He's literally.
Now you just lying.
The
He's
crab
already
feeder
been
isn't some-
shown. He's already been shown for 10 months to survive against them.
But he's
For
not
10 months. He's not
as
just
a-
some dummy
He's
standing
not
in
a
the sand.
master.
He's not just
he's
some
not a
dummy standing in the
master-
sand.
He's not some master
He's already been
strategist.
shown to survive
His-
against the top
his
army, one of
way-
the top
his
armies.
way-
He's been
his
shown
way of
against
survi-
the top army and a dragon. And a
And
dragon
his
against
wa-
the top army.
and what was
and a
his way
dragon
of
and survived
surviving?
for 10 months.
But his
It
way of
doesn't matter.
surviving,
He survived.
his way
He
of surviving
survived.
was hiding.
He was surviving, and that was his plan.
His way of surviving was hiding and not.
It doesn't
being
matter.
found.
He was
Yes,
already
it
shown.
is.
He was already shown to be logical enough not to go into an open field battle with this.
He
army.
didn't go into an open field battle.
Yes, the hell
stood
he
at
did. He
I will
threw
show
his
you a
guys
screen.
out there to an open field battle and they got slaughtered. That's literally what happened.
He threw
That's literally
fodder
what
that
happened.
he didn't.
You just watched the scene.
He
That's
threw
literally
fodder.
Stop
He
saying
didn't.
that.
No,
He just
he
threw
threw
fodder out there.
fodder. He threw
his
fodder. He didn't
army
care about.
out there and they got
He
slaughtered.
didn't. He did not
threw
go out
his
there.
army
There
out
were
there and
more.
they got slaughtered.
No, he threw.
Yes,
he
that's
threw
exactly what
several
happened.
members.
That's
He
exactly
did
what
not throw his.
happened.
Did he throw his
That's
entire
exactly
army?
what happened.
Did he throw his
Yes,
entire
yeah,
army?
he threw his army out there for one
Except
guy,
there were
and then
more.
they got
There were
slaughtered.
members. That's not
That's
true.
exactly
There were
what happened.
there were members of the
That's
triarchy
exactly
that
what happened.
survived. Damon
exactly
says
what
next.
happened.
They say next episode that the members of the triarchy that survived, they let live to go be afraid of them. They let multiple members live. They only
let
ones
them
that
live
they killed
after
were
they
the ones
beat
there.
them. Of course,
They didn't.
That
They
doesn't
didn't.
prove that.
They didn't
Bro.
beat all of them. He didn't
Bro,
send his entire army.
this
He
is
sent a
stupid.
handful
This
of
is stupid.
people. Do you
He
think
sent his
50
whole
do you think
army
his
out
whole-
there. He sent his whole
His
army.
whole army
He
is not
sent
50
his army
people.
out there to fight one guy, and they got slaughtered.
They didn't
They
send
got
him
absolutely
he
slaughtered,
sent
and
like-
that was
he sent like
stupid.
50
And they
he sent
already showed him not to be stupid enough to go into an
He sent
open
like-
field
he sent
battle.
50
and then
he sent
do the
50
exact
fodder
opposite
guys
of
to
what
go
they
capture
showed him not
somebody.
to be dumb enough to do.
He sent like 50 fodder people to go out there.
That's
He didn't
crazy.
send it.
That's
He didn't send his.
crazy.
He didn't send his entire
That's
army.
crazy.
He didn't go out
The
there.
whole-
He
the
didn't
whole-
go out there himself.
Yes, he did.
didn't.
The battle was
No, he did.
the
He's
war was
standing-
instantly over the moment he
He's
did that.
standing. He's standing
The moment
at
he
the,
did that, the war
the
was
entire
over.
time. The entire time he's standing at the cave entrance. He does not walk out there. He does not go out there. He doesn't even step
Not his
foot out
army
there.
and they
He
got
go-
slaughtered.
He stands
That's the
there.
point.
The second
That's
he
the
sees
point.
it, the second
Jesus
he sees it's
Christ.
going south, he leaves.
Jesus
When
Christ,
he-
bro.
When
His
he thinks
army
he's
was already
winning,
fucked. He realized he fell. You just said a second ago he walked away because he realized he fell for the trap.
the
Yeah,
second
because he realized he was dumb. He realized
second
he
he-
fell for the trap and he walked away. That's it. That was it.
Okay,
He
so-
sent his
so he-
army out
so he-
there and they got slaughtered.
So he fell
What the
for.
hell?
So he fell for a trap. Is
and
that
he got
he's not some-
slaughtered and his army got slaughtered. That's
okay?
what happened.
So he got
and
found.
the war was
and all
over.
they
And the
needed
war was
all
over.
Damon
His
need-
army
all
got
Damon
slaughtered
needed
and the
to-
war was
all
over.
Damon-
They
the
showed
entire
him
point was
literally
all
doing the
Damon
exact
all Damon had to
opposite
do
of
was
his
find
whole
him.
of his
Oh,
whole
hard-tailed
plan.
dog.
His whole plan was to stay in the caves, and they showed him doing the exact opposite of it.
He
It was
didn't come
stupid.
out of the cave. He was
It was
standing
dumb
at
writing.
the door. He's standing at the doorway
We're
to the
talking about
caves.
one guy. We're talking about one guy.
Damon.
You're talking about one guy. He was
He's not
shown
one
not
guy.
to have not to be dumb
He's not
enough
one guy.
to throw his army in an open
no,
field
you-
battle. He was
you
shown not to be
cannot-
dumb enough
You
to throw
can't.
himself in an
You
open
can't
field
look.
battle.
You
They
cannot
literally
look at.
showed that.
You cannot
They
look at a
literally showed that.
You cannot look at a military situation like that and
Okay,
call
well,
one
you wanna
random
avoid
guy.
that. You wanna
You
avoid
can
that.
no.
Okay.
You can't call
You
the
wanna avoid
commander.
that.
You can't
wanna
call a
avoid that.
commander of an
All right.
army a random guy. He's the
All right,
leader.
bro.
He's the most.
Now you want to bring up
important
like,
member.
just shut
It's
up.
like
it's this
if
bullshit.
it-
Now,
no,
wanna
if
keep,
it's
you want to
if
keep
it's
bringing
no,
up all these
if it's
semantics and all this
because
stuff.
that's important.
It's still dumb.
That's important to the
still dumb.
context. He's
No.
going to send.
He was
you-
literally
no,
shown to do
he's
the
gonna
exact
send out-
opposite.
He's
My
going to
argument's
send
gonna
out
remain the
fodder
same.
guys. He does not
can say
care
whatever
about
you
to
want. My
capture the
argument's gonna
leader.
remain the same.
To checkmate
At this point,
to
say what
checkmate
you
the
want,
army. He's
and
not
my
going to care to
argument's gonna
lose
remain the
50
same.
people.
My argument's going to
You-
remain the same.
You,
He
you
was
keep
shown not to
acting-
do something. He did the
He
exact
sent
opposite. He
out
was shown
fodder
not to do.
people.
He
sent
did
out
the
some
exact
people-
opposite. He was shown
He
not to
sent
do.
out no. He sent out fodder
He
to
did
win the
the
war.
exact
Even
opposite he was
even
shown
in
not
the
to do.
no, that's not true. Even in the night prior,
He sent out
no,
the people he
even
was
in the
shown
night
not to do.
prior, even in the
Period.
night prior,
Period,
no,
bro.
even
He
no, it's
did
not
the
true.
exact
Even
opposite of what he was shown not to do.
even in the night
Yes, he
prior,
did. Yes,
even
he
in the
did.
night prior,
he did the
he
exact
doesn't.
opposite of
No,
what he was shown not to do.
no,
he did
he's
the exact
not.
opposite of what he was shown not to do. Period.
He's shown
Ten
the
years
first
straight, he
time
was shown that he was not going out to an
when
open
we
field
see
battle.
him in
He was
when we
not
see him in
going
the
into an
war,
open field
he does
battle,
not
period.
come out. What do we see
He
the
was
night
never
before?
going to go into
The
an
night
open
before.
field battle. He was smart enough to
Josuke,
not
you need
go
to
into an
rewatch
open
those
field battle.
episodes, dude.
That's
You need
why
to
he
rewatch
went.
those
That's why he
episodes.
was in the cage. That was the whole
I
point of
think
being
you
in
need
the
to
cage
rewatch those
because he
episodes,
was
my
not dumb
guy.
enough to go into an open field battle with a dragon and an advanced army. Why would
He didn't go into an open
battle?
field battle. He
He
stood at
literally
the
did
entrance
that.
of the cave. He stood at the
literally
entrance of the
did
cave.
that.
He
He
didn't.
sent
He
his
didn't
army
go
into
out
an
into the
open field
battlefield.
battle.
He
Okay.
put fodder out there to capture the
Okay.
enemy leader.
Okay.
He didn't just send. He didn't say, "Hey guys, go stand up there." He said, "Go capture those guys."
He sent his army out to get slaughtered for one guy.
He sent them out to capture their leader.
For one guy. He
can't-
sent his army out to go, and then he did the exact opposite. He was shown not to be that
You
dumb
can't.
already.
You cannot call
shown
the
not to be
leader
that
of an
dumb already.
army as some random guy.
Bullshit.
That is
Bullshit.
your win condition.
Bullshit.
If you
Nobody
take
called
down
him a
the
random
enemy
guy.
leader, you
Nobody
win.
calling him a random guy. Bullshit.
He's not a random guy. This is Damon
Nobody calling
Targaryen.
him that. He was dumb.
But he's
The
not. You
crab-
keep acting like he. You
The
keep
crab
acting like
feeder
they
was
sent-
shown
no,
to
you-
do
you
something
keep
exactly
acting-
what he was shown not to do.
You're insinuating that the crab feeder
His
risked
whole
everything
point-
to capture one
his
dude.
whole
But
point
it's the
was- his
enemy
whole point
leader.
of fighting in the
sent
caves was to
he sent
avoid
out
the open field
fodder
battle.
to end the war. He sent out fodder. In the mind of the crab feeder, he does not give a shit of what 50 random no-name soldiers, what happens to them if it means he captured them.
fucking get slaughtered for one
Except
guy.
his whole army didn't get slaughtered. Most of
Yes,
them
they
were
did.
still in the cave.
The war
No,
was
they
over.
weren't.
The war was
They
over.
were.
No,
Most
they
of them
were
were.
not.
Most of them
No,
were still in
they
the
was
cave.
not. There was
Damon
nobody who
brings it.
cave after that.
Damon says it in
No,
the
man.
next episode. In the next episode,
No, he
they
did
let.
not, bro.
They let.
He said
And
that
the
all of the
triarchy is still
triarchy
alive.
stayed.
on
Not the
top of
whole
that,
army. The people that were
Lay
willing
down.
to fight for
Lay
the
down.
caves, they're dead. They were
Go.
dead.
No,
after
they
that.
didn't.
There was
Most
nobody
of
else
them.
willing to fight for the
Most
caves.
of them got
No, they
away,
were not.
and on top of
They were
that, the
all dead.
triarchy
Everybody
is
who was
still
willing to
up.
fight for the caves died. Everybody who
No,
was
they
willing to
didn't.
fight for the
Damon
caves died.
says
Yes,
in
they
the
did.
next episode, Damon says a
Bro,
bunch of them
You
left.
want to keep
So
you
they-
want to keep changing the goalpost. You have
Stay.
changed the goalpost
Stay.
3
I'm not
times.
changing
You
the
were
goalpost.
talking about
I never-
strategy. You
no,
were
I
talking
never-
about
first
the
off-
person himself. Now you're talking about the triarchy. Bro, the point is,
No, I'm
is
not.
that for
I
10 months
never.
straight,
Here's the thing.
Go get it.
10
I never
months
moved the
straight,
goalpost.
Oh,
My
boy.
goalpost was
open
was
field
never
battle.
about anything
For
other
10
than
months
the
straight, the
crab
crab
feeder
eater
was
avoided
caught.
an open field battle with a more advanced army and a dragon, which was smart to do.
He
'cause you don't wanna
never-
fight in
he
an open
never
field battle
walked
with a
out
dragon
onto the
and a more
battlefield.
advanced
Okay.
army. So then you show him doing the exact opposite of what he's doing just to kill him off. That is dumb writing.
But he
'Cause
didn't
did
go
the
out
exact
on the
opposite of what
battlefield.
he was shown not to do.
He sent
Whether
out
he sent out
people he
fodder,
did
whether
not
his
care
army was
about.
his
to
army was
win.
always fodder. By the way, his whole army was always fodder the whole time. Not at that point. They were all
So
fodder
why
the
does he
whole time. They were
care?
always
So why
trash.
does he care if
They were
some go
always
out and
trash.
die? If he
That's
kept
the point of the way
if-
his fight
okay, so then
strategy.
why would
That was the
so
point
why
of his
would he
fight
care
strategy,
if
'cause he
some
knew
die?
his
If it-
army could not defeat them.
So
That's
why
crazy.
would he care if sacrificing
crazy,
some
bro.
could win him the war? Why would he
That's
care
crazy.
if he had to? Why would he care if he had to send
Bro,
some
I'm not
out if it
arguing
meant
what was on
capturing
his
Damon?
mind. I'm saying that the
Yeah,
TV
because
show
you're not
showed
putting
him
in the
do something.
context. You're ignoring the
No,
context
I'm
of the
not- I'm
character.
saying the
You're
TV
acting like
showed
he
him
went
to
out
do
there and he said,
something-
"Oh man,
the
they're
TV showed
probably
him
just
to
gonna
do
walk
something
over
the
here."
exact opposite of what he was doing. And by the way,
That's
everything
not
you
what
say is
happened.
headcanon because you don't. None of that is in writing as far as what he was thinking in that moment. You don't know what he was thinking. But what is in writing is that they showed him to do it exactly opposite.
He went to watch
You
the
wasn't
enemy
in his
surrender.
head. He was not
He
in his
clearly-
head to know that.
He very clearly was going out to watch them win. Like
You
even in the night
said
before,
headcanon, bro.
even
As
in the night
headcanon, you was
before,
in his
when
head. You know what they were
when
saying?
Damon is literally
No.
yelling out and burning
No,
soldiers,
bro.
he's
They
he's
showed him
standing
to
at a
do the
cave
exact opposite of
entrance
what he wasn't
watching.
to do.
His
I
whole
can
every
keep saying
time
the
we
same
see
thing.
him
I can
in
keep saying
war,
the same thing,
every
bro.
time we see him in war, he's
I can keep
standing
saying
at the
same thing
entrance of the
over and
caves
over and over
watching.
and over and over again, bro. I can keep saying it.
I know
I
you're
can
going in
keep saying it.
circles. I think you need to
It's
rewatch the
the point.
episode.
It's the point here. You want to keep
You gotta
going
rewatch
all over the
those. You
place.
need to
No,
rewatch
that's the
those
point.
episodes or read the books.
No, that's
my
the
guy.
point. They showed him to do something that he was.
We're gonna
not
send you the
supposed to do.
audiobooks on file.
You don't need to. I don't need that. I don't need that.
Okay. I'm telling you, man. You're overestimating the
All
crowd.
right, RT. What's your segment's turn?
Oh, wow. Finally moved on to that circular discussion.
Can't wait to see where David later in that season.
All right. After that amazing rant discussion about some crab guy,
Crap, baby. You not watching
we
House of
are-
the Dragon?
no, I don't.
That's not on Disney Plus.
I don't watch Game of Thrones either.
Not on Disney Plus.
Sure.
I'll get it for you. We'll share.
All
You
right.
can watch it on my phone.
How strong is he? Saitama edition. Let's get it.
He's a gag character.
All right.
I'm about to say, yeah, doesn't he just beat everybody?
He's a gag character.
Well, I have a lot of very strong characters, so we'll see if you guys think he beats everybody.
Oh, there you
First-
go. Okay. Oh wait.
First person.
Shut up.
First person. Lucifero.
Oh, he claps.
I agree.
Claps. Lucifer sucks.
Yeah, he claps. He doesn't have no feats like that.
All right. All right. Glad we're on the same
Lucifer
page.
couldn't even beat up. Like he couldn't even like one shot Merillion. What's he gonna do to Saitama?
He has no feats what Saitama has as far as planetary stuff like that.
Okay. Next. Mob from Mob Psycho.
How powerful is Mob?
Oof. I don't know. In the manga here, he's super powerful, but as far as the anime, Saitama claps.
Can't he teleport? Can he
He
put like? Can he put like Saitama in like a pocket dimension or something?
No.
I don't know what he does.
I don't know.
I mean,
about that.
Saitama can literally just like grab portals, so that's not
Oof.
anything.
That depends.
Can Mob
Depends on
like
what his
tap
rules
to
I don't
like
know. I don't
Saitama's
know
mental?
Mob.
Mm-mm. I don't think he can do that to Saitama.
Yeah.
But
No,
the mental thing.
I
I,
was
don't know
about
if
to say, I
that's-
can't remember
Saitama
if
doesn't
he's
have
ever
any
like.
resistance is the mental abilities.
Yeah, I think
Yeah,
so.
that's why I was curious, but I don't know. Have we ever seen Mob actually like pull a Professor X and like tap into somebody else's mind like that?
No, I've never
he
seen that.
has, but not
I think
to
he's
actual human.
resistant. We never seen him do it to someone else. I think he's resistant though.
Mob's a good character though.
Facts. All right, next one. Natsu.
No, Saitama's gonna kill him. Saitama's like blew up Jupiter or whatever.
Okay, God, we're on the same page. Oh, this is.
I mean, he got recent feats. I can't argue recent feats when he's like sneezes Jupiter.
Hey,
I actually
very
don't
true.
know about that, man.
Give me some time. How fast is Saitama?
Beyond light speed.
Because Saitama's
Like,
not
that
going
doesn't
to
do a
one
lot.
punch.
That
not
doesn't do
gonna-
a lot for like.
I think
90% of
Natsu has
shonen.
way more stamina than Saitama, and I think Natsu actually outlasts Saitama in the fight.
Saitama has crazy stamina.
What is-
He never gets
Natsu
tired.
does too. Natsu don't either.
Saitama. Where does he?
I know.
actually
I mean,
sit
that's
right now?
fine,
What
but
are
I'm
his
just
stats?
saying. You said.
And actually,
try to
I do
compare
think
stamina to
Saitama would
Saitama.
get tired before.
He's
Hold on.
never
What-
gotten tired. He's
What
never
is
gotten tired.
what is Actually, I'm gonna rescind this. What is Saitama's stats at? Like, what is he? What's he like? Planetary? Is he large planetary yet?
I mean, he easily
Definitely large planetary.
He easily destroys large.
Well, I kind
planets
of.
easily.
I'm very indifferent over Jupiter since isn't Jupiter mostly gas?
Come on, what are we doing?
Well, that's an actual thing.
nah.
Gucci,
Well,
hang on, no,
he actually just destroyed the planet.
Well, I mean, like a planet of rock, I'd say, but it's like a planet of gas.
It's
is
still
different.
way bigger than Earth. Like Earth.
Well, I get that, but I'm
No.
saying like it's not the same thing as like destroying a chunk of rock that big. Of
one giant
gas, like,
solar
those,
gust
like,
of
it's
wind
huge.
would blow Jupiter away, bro.
But
No, it wouldn't. Stop.
I don't
That's
know.
that's
I don't
not
really
how
want
it
to go into
works.
recent Natsu feats. I don't want to listen to Quan tonight.
Quan, I don't even know if Quan's still here. He might fall asleep.
Is he gone? Natsu
What is it
hacks.
called?
Natsu might
MIK
kill
or
him.
AIK?
MIA.
Yeah, no.
Oh, House
What is it?
Dane.
AF,
So we're gonna get to House Dane. It's gonna be amazing.
AFK.
Yeah, AFK. I think Quan went AFK.
I'm gonna
Homelander.
switch mine up to Natsu. Oh, Homelander dies.
Homelander gets destroyed.
Yeah, he's getting crushed.
I guess.
Okay.
Wait, hang on.
Not
I
even
don't.
funny.
There's no magic people in.
It's not even funny how fast
What, in,
Homelander gets killed.
One Punch Man. Are there magic people? Does Saitama have resistance to magic?
I mean,
I don't wanna
switch
nobody's
my
ever
Natsu.
done any
You know
like
what?
magic to him. It's like no psychics don't work on him, but we haven't really
That's
seen
not
magic.
magic though. You know
I
what?
know,
I'm
we
gonna
haven't really
switch
seen
mine.
magic.
I got my boy Natsu. He's gonna time burn Saitama into ash.
Nah. I mean, we've seen
I don't know what
Saitama go
Saitama's
through
doing.
time,
He's
heavier
go
than
back
most
in
rock
time.
planets? I don't know.
We've seen Saitama go back in time.
But what is Saitama?
Can he still do that?
resistance?
But hang on, can he do that again? Because wasn't the thing
If
that
he
not-
remember, well, I don't know
Well, I
if he
was gonna say, doesn't he
remembered
not
how
rem-
he did it.
Well,
That-
then
that- I
he
don't
forgot
know.
though. Is like I don't think he can.
But no, that just tells like he went through time very easily. So I don't know if it's not just
Mhm.
burning him like that.
Not to
That's a
beat
fact.
time
I don't
people
know.
before.
I don't know, Saitama's just gonna.
Clap the god of
Yeah,
time.
go ahead.
All right, Hulk.
Which Hulk?
Very important question.
It's like World Breaker Hulk.
Yeah.
Oh, World Breaker Hulk.
Destroy Saitama.
Yeah.
Why is
Destroy
world? How's
This
how's
is
he
like
beating
this is like
Saitama?
this is like the Hulk that was like destroying planets from shockwaves, like
Just from
shockwaves that went
jumping.
through-
Yeah, like
Saitama could do that too.
But these are
he
these
can't
are- these
destroy a
aren't,
planet
like-
from jumping. No.
Well, he's
He
not.
literally tore. He literally
This
just got his
Faith,
hands and just
this
tore
isn't-
and destroyed the entire planet.
Faith, this isn't like he punches a planet explodes. This is like he clashes punches with somebody and a planet far off in the solar system explodes. Like the
It's not even-
shockwave goes through space.
Do you remember that? Do you remember that
I mean,
scene of
nobody's as
Vegeta's?
strong as
Do you remember
Saitama.
that scene of Vegeta's dad waving his hand and destroying like 50 planets? That's what we're talking about when we're talking about World Breaker Hulk, bro. Saitama's
He's a
not
big
doing
boy
nothing
Hulk.
like that. He will die. Like
I
the Hulk
think
will literally
eventually
take
he should be
him
there.
and throw him into the sun.
Because he
Nah,
has no
I
real
doubt
way
it.
to.
I
Does he
doubt
have
it.
any way to
You're
even
crazy.
kill the Hulk? Because the Hulk's
No,
just going to
that's
keep
another thing.
regenerating.
World Breaker Hulk is immortal.
I mean that's fair. That's the only
another
thing
thing.
because he's.
It's not even
Instant
because he's immortal.
instant-
He's just going to. He's killed people more powerful than Saitama.
Because
That same Hulk.
people like
That
Saitama
same
are
Hulk
not.
killed people more powerful than Saitama. You're
Well,
talking about.
Saitama has. We don't know his limits yet, but
The thing about
the fuck outta
Saitama,
here.
Saitama is impressive with his verse. He's not impressive in Marvel.
At all.
He's
At
like
all.
he is a random. Oh wow, these guys can destroy planet. Getting up into that in Marvel. He's like some one-off Thor bad guy.
all right. What about
Wonder
MCU
Woman
Hulk?
claps. Oh,
Yes.
he's just
Who?
Saitama destroys him.
MCU Hulk.
Saitama
Oh,
destroys
MCU Hulk
MCU.
sucks. Didn't he get?
Okay.
He couldn't even stop a car in She-Hulk. He's mid.
Okay, yeah, I heard that scene. Okay,
Mid.
3 more. Toriko.
Oh, Toriko claps
Toriko
Saitama.
destroys him, bro.
He
Yeah, it's not even
Destroy
One-
easily.
oh, yeah.
How strong is Toriko?
destroys,
Toriko,
bro.
I've told you, like Toriko late in game, not
He
only
said
not only come
he
up
can
crazy,
destroy a planet, but I've never seen
Easy.
anything beyond that.
well, I mean,
Bro,
like,
So
that-
can Saitama.
he's-
Saitama easily destroys
he
planets.
can
too.
he can literally. I told you before. He can heal by breathing. So it's like,
Yeah,
what is
okay.
Saitama gonna do?
No,
Okay, so
Like, he's gonna heal.
he'll destroy
He's gonna.
him.
Saitama's
Like-
gonna get an infinite spike punch to the face and fly through space.
What is that gonna do?
It will not.
Saitama
he's-
flown through space before.
He's gonna get hit by an attack that doesn't ever stop. It
Bro.
will keep going forever. He's gonna get like a
It's
jet
not
force
even
right to the face.
funny how bad he gets.
No, but I
Actually-
need like.
actually, it's
I
not-
need-
it's
I'm
not-
gonna do what Rax
like,
is doing because I need like a
Endgame-
scale.
Think
Like,
about
how
this:
strong
Endgame,
is he really?
people in Endgame Toriko could throw hands around that would wipe out the solar system like no problem.
Yeah,
Did you
like,
see what
I
him and
told
Garo
you-
were doing?
I
Nothing
told you
compared to Toriko. Not even.
I told
close.
you in-
I
in-game
don't know. From
Toriko-
what you're saying, I don't think so.
I told
the
you in-game-
Toriko planet is actually confirmed. It's not even like a fan calculation. It is in canon 659 times the size of Earth. And when they were fighting Acacia, he was casually making giant energy hands that were the size of the planet to literally crush it.
bro. I
Like and then
told-
Toriko was fighting all against them like crazy.
I told you, bro. Toriko, like in the late game of Toriko, they're like compared to Dragon Ball Z Super Saiyan Saga characters, bro.
Like Toriko,
They're insane.
I don't know
Like,
how
look at
much
this.
is hyperbole and how much
Here's
is
this-
legit.
Okay, look at this panel. Here's a panel. I will post it right now just for you if my Discord wants to load it.
Saitama literally won't beat none of the the 3 main characters in
Like
Toriko.
like Saitama would do good in the gourmet world, but he's gonna be like a regular guy going around in the gourmet world.
I don't know if he'd be a little bit
I
more.
don't know. Dude's just
higher up than a
casually destroying planets like Jupiter, and he's the regular guy. Yeah, right.
Like
Yeah,
destroying,
Bro,
pla-
it's a lot of
destroying.
regular
Here's the
people
thing:
that do that in
destroying.
Toriko.
Casually, no, it's not
I-
like
I-
he tried super hard. He
Well, no, those
casually
were
destroyed
those were
planets.
serious attacks. Those were part of his serious series. Those were serious moves. Those weren't casual.
Oh yeah, that wasn't a casual.
Yeah, in a serious series, that's like just a normal attack from him, though.
They're
That's what
called.
I'm saying.
It's called serious series. Like he's not casual. It's serious. It's like called serious series.
Yeah, it's just a normal attack from his like. I'm actually fighting.
This is
seriously.
his
No,
yeah. This is where
this is
he
a
stops
normal
fighting
attack.
casual. His casual is like when he punched the Sea King. Calling a serious
No,
move
that one he
is
doesn't
not
even
casual.
try. He does not. Even
That's
try.
casual.
That's even below casual. That's not trying.
A serious something that you say serious is by definition not
I
casual.
wish Quan was here to hear this one, bro. This
is semantics right now.
He would
Like-
definitely be laughing at y'all.
Here's the, like destroying planets.
I
in
actually agree with
Toriko
Rex,
is not
though.
a big deal by the end of it. Do you remember like
It's
when they were on
semantics.
do you remember when they were fighting
Semantics.
Froge and she used a peeler and they dodged the attack and it went and like peeled the moon off in the distance like a fucking carrot?
Right.
And then like what was it when God like he spit out his tongue, it went all the way around the planet before they could blink? It was like Saitama is impressive for them. He's not impressive in Toriko.
Like none
Like,
of
it's
none of that has anything to do with Saitama.
Rex got
But,
Man, you need to read Toriko. Like Saitama's like legit. Saitama's biggest feats are like random attacks in Endgame Toriko.
all right.
Like they're literally
You're
just
bi-
like
I don't.
I can post panels. They literally have random attacks that go by that destroy planets and moons, like no problem. Like what was it? Jiro not like in his base form punched the planet and stopped the rotation. Like he's not like I'm going crazy.
That
He literally-
shit was pretty
his-
funny, bro.
And it wasn't it was his warm up when they're like, "You're old, you can't do anything now."
These
Yeah.
are
It's like,
fine. I
can
mean,
you-
these are also
you guys
fine
shut
feats
up?
compared to Saitama. So it's like, okay, sure. But
you-
all right,
No, so
actually,
Saitama can't
one-
do that. But okay.
Could you, Josuke? Could
Just
you,
run a
inside-
planet is way better.
could you imagine Saitama versus full power Jiro?
No, I can't. He would
He's
die.
gonna-
Saitama would die.
Saitama gets poked a couple spots. and
Josuke, do you even
explodes.
read One Punch Man?
You
keep
haven't read
up with
Toriko,
it.
so what are you talking about?
I keep up with One Punch Man. I don't read
You
it. I keep
should-
up with it.
Okay, so you didn't even read it.
I've
I
read
keep
both,
up with it, RT.
and I will tell you.
So, yes,
there are no.
I know.
Yeah,
I
but
saw- I saw the feat.
you downplay.
I saw the feats,
One
and I
Punch
don't
Man
downplay
fan.
One
No,
Punch
I'm
Man
not.
feats.
Not you,
What?
Josuke. I said Rax.
No, I'm not. One Punch Man big feats are casual random attacks in
He's not
the
lying.
series. In not even close. Don Slime in an imperfect body made a supernova that Neo ate. He ate a supernova at point blank range. What?
Toriko was
I hate
made
it when people talk about
alongside
stuff they
Dragon.
don't read.
Toriko was made alongside
Crazy.
Dragon Ball. What do you think kind of feats is in it?
All right, we're moving on.
Like
I
Don
know at
Don-
least like
no,
some
no,
of
no.
those is just hyperbole.
No, I
We'll move
can't
on.
have
No.
this. I can't have this. Toriko disrespect.
No,
Like,
I can't. The
there's
only
so-
reason why I'm not
there's so
like
many
with it
people
because
in
Rax, you
Toriko
tried so
that-
hard to downplay when like one.
I'm
Punch
not
Man was going
downplaying.
crazy.
I'm not.
I said you
downplaying it.
tried so hard, so
downplaying.
that's
I'm
why I'm
not.
taking
I'm
everything you say.
I'm
with
not
the grain of salt.
downplaying it. I'm saying if you
I
go,
said-
if you compare it to Toriko, they are not impressive. If you said Saitama and Hunter x Hunter, I'd say, oh yeah. But it's the same thing
No,
if you said
duh.
Saitama
We're
and
not-
Dragon
okay,
Ball.
No, duh.
It's Saitama and Saint Seiya. If you put them against the verse where his big
Whoa,
feats
whoa,
are
whoa,
casual,
whoa.
nobody
Saint
cares,
Seiya is
of course
actually-
he's not.
Saint
Saint
Seiya
Seiya's-
is
no.
actually
No, that's what I'm saying. Is like if you put Saitama's OP comparative verses, but if you said Dragon Ball or Saint Seiya or Sailor Moon or
okay.
anything,
Yeah,
he's nothing in those verses.
yeah, he's nothing in those series. Yeah.
Well,
Damn,
I'm not
is
talking
is
about
Sailor
Saint
Moon that hype?
Seiya. I'm not talking about
Yes.
Saint
Bro,
Seiya.
yes. Sailor Moon
yeah,
is
Sailor Moon
insane.
is like
Oh,
and Sailor
God.
Moon.
All right.
Like,
I
and
never
Sailor
knew
Moon
that.
is, like,
That-
They
galaxy.
can compare her to
Hey.
Dragon Ball.
Like he was
That's
Sailor,
wild.
Sailor Moon could beat Goku before Super.
That's a fact.
Before
Yo,
all the upgrades to
mind
Super, Sailor
blown.
Moon would have clapped him.
I mean, yeah.
That's
'Cause
crazy.
They would like regularly fight like
Wait, is that
people who
Kawhi?
were,
Kawhi,
like,
that you?
threats to the galaxies and the universe at the end.
No,
Quad,
Quan went
is
to
that
sleep.
you?
He's tired of your debates.
I do got a debate I want to talk about though.
This Toriko downplay is disgusting.
Just hyperbole.
Y'all
It's
pushing
not
all the
hyperbole.
buttons for Rack.
You know what? I'll post the panel right now. I will show you Neo
RT,
eating
go on
a
to the next one,
supernova.
please.
No, we're done. We're done. We're done.
RT, what's the next
Ridiculous.
We're done.
one? We
That was
done?
the last one. Yeah.
All right.
Downplaying
So how do you
Toriko
feel
for
about
no
this
reason.
debate, right? And I want people to chat to talk about it because I don't think the people in here will know. Maybe Gold will. So how do you feel about this, Gold? I was having a debate
About what?
earlier with somebody. How do you feel about? I feel like Rush Hour series is better than the Friday series.
Oh, that's actually a pretty
That's a hot
wild
take.
take that I am down
It's
for.
a hot take.
No,
It's a hot take.
that's a very hot take, and I'm with it though. I enjoyed the Rush Hour series better than the Friday series.
Fact.
The original Friday is a classic, but multiple Rush Hours are really good.
Faith, can you check out those panels I posted in the group?
Yeah, that's a hot take. I'm curious what Twitter would say about that.
I'm curious. I might put it on Twitter later. I might put it on TikTok.
Yeah, that's actually a real good question. But Rush Hour was hilarious.
Rush Hour, dog.
It's not
No,
honestly.
it's
It's not a crazy thing to say because when you say series, then yeah. If you're saying one singular movie, then maybe Friday. But people just overrate Friday because of like what it means. But
The cultural.
entire series of Friday
See-
is not that good.
But how about
The only people
about-
I disagree because
the entire series of Friday? You think all of them are good?
and that's the difference between where you was from and where I'm from, bro. Like
No, but my
That's
question
fact.
is: do you think the entire Friday series was good?
yes,
All of
every last one of the movies
All the movies were good.
are generational funny. All of them.
I'm
every
saying,
last
are
one
they
of them.
good? They can
Yes,
be funny,
they are
but
good. They are good movies. Yes, they are good movies.
No.
And you can literally ask anybody from a type of place I'm from, and they will say the same thing. And that's just the difference between that. And I can pretty sure I got somebody where you're from, and they'll probably disagree with it. That's fine.
I mean,
But
Friday After
nah.
Next is rated 26% on Rotten Tomatoes. I'm just saying that thing not that good.
And that's fine, bro. You can put that on any
Friday
day.
literally
You'll have
carries the series. Like the
That's-
original Friday carries the entire series.
That's fine for you to say. Knowing
It's
where
not
you from,
it's
that's
the gen- it's the-
100%.
No, it's just the general
No, it's
perception
not.
of the movie.
No, it's
yes,
not.
it is. Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
No, it's not. Says
Yes,
says
it is.
you and your
No,
people.
that's the general.
Says you
perception.
and your people. But Friday After
What-
Next get
who's
played.
my
get,
people?
Oh shit! I got messages. Yo, damn! I did see that late. On Friday After Next gets played on repeat during Christmas times.
Okay,
100%.
it's still generally not considered a good movie. It's like
It
all
is.
right. No,
is.
no, it's not. No, it's not, bro.
So do you think that the best Rush Hour is not as good as the best Friday? Like Rush Hour 2 is not as good as Friday 1?
That one's tough though. That when we go down singular movies, best for best, that one actually is tough. Because Friday's actually like the original Friday's really good.
Yeah, and I know that the original one's really good, but Rush Hour also has like the action stuff to kind of play into it. So it's definitely like they're a little hard to compare, like straight up. But I don't know. I think I still might go like if Rush Hour 2's on and Friday's on TV, I think I'm gonna watch Rush Hour 2.
I think I'm gonna watch Friday personally. I think it's just too good. It's too iconic.
Yeah, I might just be more of an action junkie or something like that. But yeah, I think I have to go Rush Hour 2. I love the Rush Hour movies.
All right, fair enough. Ain't mad at it.
And that's it. That's all I got to say about that. I might put that on Twitter or TikTok later. But that was something I was debating about. Kind of was funny. So with that being said, make sure y'all go rate the podcast on everything. Make sure y'all go like, leave like on the stream. That'd be amazing. Share the stream, like it, and go on Spotify, SoundCloud, all that good stuff. Share it, like it, rate it. That also helps out a lot. Links in the description. Make sure you hit those links and do all that good stuff. And I saw some new people rated on Spotify. That was pretty cool. Thank you for that. And yeah, that was dope. Have a good night. See ya. Oh yeah, thank everybody in the chat. I mean, in the actual group, Rax, RT, Quan, and Gold. Appreciate y'all for coming by. And yeah, man. Oh wait, hold on. You can go ahead. You can ask me more about House of Dragons, I guess. What else?
Oh, I just so
House Dane.
For your whole watching of the first half of the game or House of the Dragons, was your biggest gripe, and I don't want to dive into the crab feeder stuff anymore, was that your biggest gripe out of everything that you've watched so far?
No, it's also been predictable.
Okay, so you said it's been a little predictable. I was going to say, I wanted to kind of explain earlier that, honestly, exactly, that's exactly what I was about to say. I was going to say, pretty much this whole first 6 episodes or whatnot, it's pretty much like the prologue to the Dance of Dragons, and they have had to skip stuff. And my big problem was like the pace. I thought it was going a little bit fast.
That's a fact.
But I think it's just because they want to get this prologue out of the way so that they can really start the dance and slow it down, and there won't be any more time jumps, things like that. So I think that's kind of a balance. They want to get to the main stuff, but they also don't want to skip over too much. So I'm excited to see where it goes from here. And the pace was my biggest gripe.
That's why I didn't complain about the pace, because I understood what they were doing. But it is kind of annoying as well. They're going super fast.
Yeah, they are going super fast, but all the stuff that they've covered so far in the Fire and Blood book, it's literally like 2 chapters, you know what I mean? So there's not technically a ton that they're skipping, but I wish they would take time to kind of, and they have added to stuff that we don't read about in the book, like fill in the details type of shit. So I want them to do that a little bit more for some stuff and just slow it down a little bit, which I think we're getting to that. I was just curious about what your biggest gripes were. So yours is just a little bit of the predictability and then that specific scene with Daemon. And that's not too bad. I hope you keep watching and see. Because I've really enjoyed it, man. I'm not even going to lie. I have, like, even the Daemon scene with the crab feeder, like, when it happened, I was like, okay, that's a little bit of a stretch. But a lot of the stuff I've really enjoyed.
So you noticed it too.
Well, yeah, but that was one of the first things I said when we were talking about that, and I don't want to get stuck on that again. But, you know, certain things like that you're going to have, especially in Thrones, you've had it with like the Jon Snow scenes, other things like that. But I want to make sure that you understand that it is going to slow down the pace. And I was just kind of curious about what things you were enjoying and disliking about the series.
I mean, we'll be with them for probably like another 3 or so seasons before we switch to a different timeline, or I guess point in the timeline.
Yeah, I'm trying to think if they're. Go ahead.
I'm kind of happy that they're going this fast as far as getting this out the way, because it's some better, more exciting stuff down the road. But it is some stuff that, like, damn, they should have showed. As far as from the books, Damien really dodged 1,000 arrows. Come on, talk about it, bro. Talk about it. All right, bro. Good night, y'all. Have a good one. Thank y'all for joining. See ya.
You tell me that Saitama can take these fists.